The Leyden Papyrus. By F. L. Griffith, Herbert Thompson. Preface. The MS, dating from the 3rd century AD, which is here edited for the first time in a single whole, has long been known to scholars. Its subject matter, magic and medicine, is not destitute of interest. It is closely connected with the Greek magical papyri from Egypt of the same period, but, being written in demotic, naturally does not reproduce the Greek hymns which are so important a feature of those papyri. The influence of purely Greek mythology also is here by comparison very slight, hardly greater than that of the Alexandrian Judaism, which has supplied a number of names of Hellenistic form to the demotic magician. Mithraism has apparently contributed nothing at all, Christianity probably only a deformed reference to the Father in heaven. On the other hand, as might have been expected, Egyptian mythology has an overwhelmingly strong position, and whereas the Greek papyri scarcely go beyond Hermes, Anubis, and the Osiris legend, the demotic magician introduces Khans, Amon, and many other Egyptian gods. Also, whereas the former assume a knowledge of the modus operandi in divination by the lamp and bowl, the latter describes it in great detail. But the papyrus is especially interesting for the language in which it is written. It is probably the latest Egyptian MS, which we possess written in the demotic script, and it presents us with the form of the language as written almost as spoken by the pagans at the time when the Greek alphabet was being adopted by the Christians. It must not be forgotten, too, that this is the document which contributed perhaps more than any other to the decipherment of demotic, partly through its numerous Greek glosses. We have therefore thought that a complete edition, with special reference to its philological importance, would be useful. The vocabulary is extensive, comprising about 1,000 words. The present volume, containing the introduction, the transliteration, translation, and notes, will be followed by a complete glossary, with separate indices of Greek words, invocation names, names of animals, plants, and minerals, and a list of the glosses, and besides a chapter dealing with the principal grammatical forms met with in the MS, and a hand copy of the text. The photographic reproduction by Hess of the pages in the British Museum and Lehmann's facsimile of those at Leyden will of course preserve their independent value for reference, as, for instance, in judging the condition of the MS, and the precise forms of the signs in particular passages. There is considerable inconsistency in the spelling of words in the papyrus itself, so much having to be rendered more or less conventionally. While fresh light is thrown daily on the intricacies of demotic, it is probable that there are a good many inconsistencies in our transliterations, translations, and notes, in spite of the watchfulness of the excellent reader at the Clarendon Press. Those, however, who have dealt with the subject at all will probably not judge these too hardly. In conclusion, we have to record our gratitude, first, to our predecessors in publication and decipherment of the papyrus, to Rubens, Lehmann's, and Hess, to Brugsch, Maspero, Revillaut, and W. Max Muller, but for whose varied contributions our task would have been infinitely more laborious even in the present advanced state of the study, and secondly, to the authorities of the Egyptian department in the British Museum, and of the Rijksmuseum in Leyden, for their courtesy in affording every facility for studying the original MS. And more especially to Dr. Boser of the Leyden Museum for much kindness and assistance. F. LL. G. H. T. How do you find this book? Any thoughts about the book or the author? Any suggestion for improvement? Please take a moment to share your thoughts in a comment. If you like it, share it with your friends who might enjoy it as well. Subscribe to keep in touch. Visit CompleteAudiobooks.com for more quality content. Introduction. History of the MS. The demotic magical papyrus of London and Leyden was discovered at Thebes with other papyri, principally Greek but dealing with subjects of a like nature, in the early part of the last century, and was bought by Anastasi, who was at that time Swedish consul at Alexandria, and made a large collection of Egyptian MSS. When Anastasi obtained the MS, it must already have been torn into 2 parts, and it is even probable that he obtained the 2 parts at different times, since he sold his Egyptian collections, including the Leyden MS, To the Dutch government in 1828, while the London portion was bought at the sale of his later collections at Paris in 1857 for the British Museum, number 1072 in Lenormand's catalogue. The Leyden fragment was made known to the world much earlier than that in the British Museum. Its importance for the deciphering of the demotic script by the help of the numerous glosses in Greco-Coptic characters was at once perceived by the distinguished scholar Rubens, at that time director of the Leyden Museum of Antiquities, who proceeded to study it carefully, and in 1830 published an admirable essay 11 in which he sketched the principal contents of the MS. And indicated its value for the progress of demotic studies. He then took in hand its reproduction, and the MS. was lithographed in facsimile under his direction, and he had corrected the proofs of the first plate when he was cut off by a premature death in 1835. His work was carried to completion and published by his successor in the directorship of the museum, Llewellyn, in 1839 too. Heinrich Brugsch studied it closely, and drew from it most of the examples quoted in his demotic grammar published in 1855. But, although later scholars have frequently quoted from it and translated fragments of it, the MS has hitherto remained without complete translation, commentary, or glossary. The London MS, however, lay from 1857 onwards almost unnoticed in the British Museum. To the late Dr. Plate, Lehmann's successor at Leyden, belongs the credit of discovering that the two Misses originally formed one. He had studied the Leyden portion, and at once recognized the handwriting of its fellow in London. Without publishing the fact, he communicated it to Professor Hess of Freiburg, when the latter was working in Leyden on the MS there. Professor Hess went on to London, and, having fully confirmed Dr. Plate's statement, published in 1892 a reproduction of the British Museum MS with an introduction, including the translation of one column, and a glossary 3. Rubens in his essay dwelt at some length on the Gnostic character of the MS. He devoted his attention mainly to the parts which contain the glosses, and those are almost exclusively magical invocations, among which occur the names of gods, spirits, and demons, Egyptian, Syrian, Jewish, and strung together in a manner similar to those found in Gnostic writings and on Gnostic gems. He even went so far as to associate them with the name of a particular Gnostic leader, Marcus, of the 2nd century, chiefly on the ground of his recorded use of Hebrew and Syriac names in his invocations and the combinations of vowels. In consequence the MS has acquired the name of the Leyden Gnostic, and the term Gnostic has been passed on to the London MS. But as will be seen from the complete translation here published, there is nothing in the work relating to the Gnostic systems. It deals with magic and medicine, and it seems a misnomer to call the MS Gnostic merely because part of the stock in trade of the magician and medicine man were a number of invocation names which he either picked up from the Gnostics or derived from sources common to him and them. Hence it has been thought desirable to abandon the epithet Gnostic, and to call the work the Magical Papyrus of London and Leyden, Pap. Mag. LL. 2. Condition of the MS. The London portion is in far better condition than the Leyden portion. The papyrus is pale in color and the ink very black, consequently where the MS has not suffered material damage it is easy to read, as the scribe wrote a beautiful and regular hand. The Leyden papyrus, on the other hand, has unfortunately suffered much, as Llewellyn's, with a view to protecting the surface, covered both recto and verso with vegetable paper, which probably could not be removed now without serious injury to the MS. But either the paper or the adhesive matter employed with it has darkened and decayed, rendering the writing illegible in places. In 1829, while the MS was still in charge of Rubens and before it had been subjected to the operation above described, he took a tracing of it which has been preserved, and which, though of little assistance in points of minute detail, may be relied on for filling up with certainty many groups which are now wholly lost in the original. The main body of the writing is on the recto, horizontal fibers, of the papyrus, while on the verso are written memoranda, medical prescriptions, and short invocations. The London MS is Pap. Number 10070 of the British Museum, formerly Annist. 1072. The Leyden MS is known as I, 383, reckoned among the Anastasi Mizas as a 65. The London portion forms the initial part of the MS and joins on to the Leyden portion without a break, the 10th and last column of the London MS. And the first of the Leyden forming one column. The first London column is imperfect, and it is not possible to say with certainty whether the MS began with it or whether there was an anterior part now lost. It is quite possible that it began here. On the other hand, it is certain that the MS is imperfect at the end, since the broken edge of the papyrus at Leyden shows traces of a column of writing succeeding the present final column. It is impossible to estimate how much is lost, as the MS is not an original composition on a definite plan, but a compilation of heterogeneous material collected together without any logical order. The two portions, if joined together, would measure, roughly speaking, some 5 m, about 16.5 feet, in length. In height it averages nearly 25 centimeters, 10 inches. The writing is in columns, of which there are 29 on the recto, while on the verso are 33 small columns or portions of columns, but these are not marked off, as are the recto columns, by vertical and horizontal framing lines 4. Nor are they written continuously, but they seem to have been jotted down there on account of their brevity and discontinuous character. The recto columns vary somewhat in size, but average 20 by 20 centimeters, 8 inches square. The writing is frequently carried beyond the framing lines. In each column of the recto the number of lines is on the average about 30 to 33. But the number is very irregular, ranging from 43 in one column to 5 in another. 3. Contents. As has been stated above, the MS is a compilation. An analysis of the contents will be found on page 14. From this it will be seen to consist mainly of directions for divination processes involving numerous invocations, together with erotica and medical prescriptions, in which, however, magic plays as large a part as medicine. The MS is far from being unique in regard to its contents. Fragments of similar works in demotic exist at Paris, Louvre, No. 3229, published by Maspero, Quelques Papyrus du Louvre, 1875, and at Leyden, I. 384 Verso, Anast. 75, published by Llewellyn, Mons. Du Musée de Leyde, 1842, PL Kexvi 7, a MS partly demotic and partly Greek, the latter portion being published by Llewellyn in Pap. Greasy Muse. Lugged. Bat. 1885, 2. Pap. V. and re-edit by Dietrich, Pap. Mag. Muse Lugged. Bat. The Greek papyri containing similar texts are numerous, many examples having been published from the museums of Berlin, Leyden, London, and Paris by Goodwin, Parve, Llewellyn, Wesley, and Kenyon. The well-known Codex of the Bibliothèque Nationale published by Wesley, Denckshire. Kais. A.K. Wis. Veen, 36. 1888, contains a few invocations in Old Coptic along with the Greek, cf. Griffith, A.Z., 1901, page 85, and Bibliography, Ibid page 72. Magic was from the earliest times largely developed by the Egyptians in relation both to the dead and the living. Under the former head fall both the pyramid texts and other texts found in the tombs, including most of the Book of the Dead, which consists mainly of magical invocations intended to make smooth the path of the deceased in the next world. Magical texts for the use of the living are found in the Harris Magical Papyrus, edition Chabas, 1860, the Metonic Stela, edition Golnischeff, 1877, and Kindred Stones, the Berlin Papyrus edited by Ehrman, Zaubersprech für Mutter Kind, 1901, and reference may be made to the volume on Egyptian magic by Dr. Wallace Budge, 1899, and to a special study on vessel divination by E. Lefebvre, Le Vase Divinatoire, in Sphinx, 1902, 6. 61 Seek. Cf. also Dietrich, Abraxas, Kenyon in Cat. Greek Pap. In B. M. I. 62 Seek, Miss MacDonald in P. S. B. 13. 160 Seek, Wunsch, Scythianisch für Fluchungstafellen aus Rom, and In the closely allied Department of Medicine, it is sufficient to refer to the Ebers Papyrus, the Cahan Papyri, and the Berlin Medical Papyrus, edition Brucksch, Rec. Mon PL 87-107, which offer many parallels. Among the Greek medical writers it is noticeable that Alexander of Tralles seems much more closely allied to the Egyptian school, if that be represented by our MS, than Galen. But though the subject matter of the MS is not without its interest for the history of magic and medicine, its chief claim to publication lies in its philological interest. From the first its numerous glosses have attracted the attention of scholars, and have been the means of fixing the value of a large number of demotic groups. Further, it is in date probably the latest known papyrus written in the demotic script. Most of the glosses are really Coptic transcriptions, and under this head may likewise be included all the Egyptian words written in cipher, so that the MS in these furnishes us with a series of very early Coptic words, including several grammatical forms of great interest. Possibly too the text may be of importance in relation to the question of dialects in pagan Egypt. But that is a subject too little worked out at present to allow of definite statements. The vocabulary is very extensive, and includes a number of Greek words, the names of over 100 plants, besides numerous animals and minerals. 4. Previous work on the MS. It may be useful to record here the names of those who have dealt with the MS at greater length than a mere passing reference or quotation, and to whom we are indebted for many suggestions. Ruvens. Supra, page 1. Lehmans. Mons. Andk, text, Egyptisch Papyrus in demotischer Schrift, Andk. 1839. Maspero. Rec. Tre. I. 18-40, 1870. Revillaut. Setna, Intrad. Pages 3-48, 1877, Reverend Egypt, I. 163-172, 1882. 10-15, 270-2, 1881, Poème satirique, 1885. Plate. P. S. B. A. 1883, 149. Brucksch. W.T.B. Pass, Z. 1884, 18 Seek. Max Muller. Rec. Tr. 8. 172, 1886, 13. 149, 1890. Hess. Setna Pass. 1888, Zur Ausbruch der Griechischen, in the Indo-Germanisch Forschungen, 6. 123. Der Gnostische Papyrus von London, Einleitung, Textu Demotisch-Deutsches Glosser, 1892. Graf. MEM. De L-Institut Egypt. 3, 337 Seek. 1897, and Bulletin du Mime, 1897, 1898. As the London portion of the MS, which in the order of contents is the first part, was published 50 years later than the second part at Leyden, it follows that each publication has an independent numbering of the columns, starting from I. In view of the fact that there are many references in demotic literature already to the columns by their numbers as established by the publications of Lehmans and Hess, it would have been desirable to retain the existing numbering if possible. But, as will be seen by comparison of the hand copy of the whole MS, which accompanies this edition with the former publications, the changes in the way of consolidation of the columns, and in some cases necessary renumbering of the lines, have made it compulsory to introduce a new and continuous numbering of the columns. For instance, Hess kernel X and Lehmans kernel I form a single column, and the same is the case with Lehmans COLS 2 and 3 and COLS 4 and V, and with Verso, COLS 16 and 17, XXII and XEI. A comparative table of the old and new numbers will be found at the end. V. The glosses. There are about 640 words with transcriptions in Coptic characters in addition to a few inserted in the text. Besides all the letters of the Greek alphabet we find the following used. The glosses were undoubtedly written by the same scribe who wrote the demotic text. And it seems that he wrote the glosses before he filled in the rubrics. For the handwriting of the demotic text and of the rubrics is unquestionably the same. And in filling up in red the empty spaces he had left for rubrication, the scribe took occasion to fill in with his red ink occasional lapses in the black writing. In the text this can be observed in e.g. 24/1, the omitted of the second str has been filled up in red, and also the omitted determinative in the last word of 28/8, an omitted letter in pr 29/11, an omitted word interlineated in 29/12, and a plural sign in 25/26. And so too the gloss in 28/8, overlooked, and the glosses were originally inserted in black ink. It is a fact that there is often a considerable difference between the Greek letters in the passages written in Greek and in the glosses, e.g. Pi alpha pi iota pi epsilon tau omicron upsilon in 15/25 and 15/29, but this may be accounted for by the fact that the former are written in a cursive hand with ligatures, while the glosses are carefully written with separately formed letters without ligatures for distinctness' sake in the narrow space between the lines. The above considerations, however, only show that the text and glosses were written by the same hand in our existing MS. It does not follow that they were written by the original compiler. Max Muller has argued, Rec. Tr. 8. 175, that they must be due to another individual since they are mostly in the Phaeomic dialect, while the dialect of the demotic text is Untersahidisch, i.e. mimic, so called by Stern. In Rec. Tr. 13. 152n. He replaces the latter term by a more precise definition, Die Mundart steht zwischen Phaeumische dem Mittelägyptischen von Achman, letzterem nachher. But it is very doubtful whether this distinction between the text and the glosses can be maintained. The only example quoted by Max Muller that distinctly suggests Phaeomic is the gloss and over a group in 16/5 and 25/34, which he reads as equals, regarding the interchange of and as evidence of Phaeomic dialect. But the demotic group in question does not read RW, but Mr. as in Mr., 1/17, 2/7, 14/6, 28, and the gloss represents the absolute form of the late Egyptian word which we see in its construct form in Sahidic and in lambda epsilon sigma omega nu iota. From the detailed examination of the dialect, in Volume 2, it appears probable that the dialect of the text does not show any distinction from that of the glosses, and it is not necessary to go behind the scribe of the present MS. And place the compiler earlier. He may well have been one and the same. 6. Date. Ruvens, U.S., page 151, placed the date of the MS in the first half of the 3rd century A.D., and this was repeated by Lehmanns. Graf and Hess attributed it on paleographical grounds to the 2nd century, but in the light of recent additions to the knowledge of Greek paleography, and the opinions based on them of Kenyon, Grenfell, and Hunt, C.A. Z. 39. 1901, p. 78, the 3rd century must be accepted as the date of the MS. But this, of course, is the date at which the papyrus was written, and merely furnishes a terminus ad quem for deciding as to the date of the contents. That the whole of the papyrus, in its present state, was written by one and the same scribe with the possible exception of Verso Col can scarcely be a matter of doubt to any one who has studied closely the handwriting of the original MSS. It must be stated, however, that Ruvens and Lehmanns were of opinion that the glosses were written by a later hand than that of the body of the text, but this question has been discussed above, p. 9, and apart from the identity of ink, and the material proof given there, it may be added that the hieratratic glosses in 27/8 are certainly written by the same hand as the numerous hieratratic passages scattered through the text. The date of the contents is a much more complicated question. Written partly in hieratratic, partly in demotic and partly in Greek, they wear the aspect of a compilation, which is borne out by the varied and disconnected nature of the subject matter. It has been suggested that the work is a translation into demotic of a Greek original, and perhaps this is the first question demanding discussion. Prima facie it may be said to be likely, as so many similar works exist in Greek. The introduction of 3 invocations of considerable length written in Greek characters almost compels us to accept that origin for those particular sections, viz. 4/1, 19, 15/24, 31, 23/7, 20. It seems probable that the translator felt he could transfer to Egyptian the prescriptions and preparations, while the formula of incantation had to be left in the original language. Had these sections been written in Egyptian originally, it is not likely that an incantation in a foreign tongue would be inserted in the place presumably of an Egyptian one. And in the first named instance there is the additional evidence of 2 true Greek glosses, i.e. not Coptic transcriptions of the demotic words, but Greek equivalents of the 2 words, table and goose, which seem to be inserted clearly to prevent a misunderstanding of the original terms. In the second instance 15/24-31, the original Greek lines 25 to 28 are immediately followed by a demotic translation of the same passage, 11:29 to -31, which points in the same direction. Translation from the Greek is rendered probable, outside the passages already referred to, by the transcription of Greek prescriptions and substances in January 24, 25, and Verso 1, 2, 8, 9. According to an ingenious suggestion of Max Muller, in Verso 2 the otherwise unintelligible phrase MSNRM is almost certainly a mistranslation of mu alpha gamma nu eta sigma alpha nu delta rho epsilon alpha. Max Muller has also, Rec. Tr. 8. 175 to -6, given strong reasons for regarding the passage 25/23-37 as being translated from a Greek original. However, even where there are reasons for believing that the demotic is a translation from the Greek, the original source, in relation to magic at any rate, was probably Egyptian, certainly so in the case of the Greek passage in 15/25-28. Which has itself clearly an Egyptian origin. On the other hand, some of the chief sections of the MS show no traces of Greek influence, e.g. Cols 6 and 15. 1 to 20, but it would be rash to say that they are older, they may well represent only a purer Egyptian source. Max Muller, Rec. Tr. 8. 172, has suggested that some of the magic formulae go back to the period from the 18th to the 20th dynasty. This cannot be true of more than a few phrases. The language indeed is not entirely uniform, but throughout the papyrus the vocabulary and grammar are distinctly not late Egyptian, they are demotic. And that too of a kind which approaches Coptic much more closely than in any other known papyrus. Certain passages, such as the spell in January 13, 10, show more or less archaism, but in all cases it is mixed with late forms. The use of hieratratic might be thought to indicate some antiquity where it occurs. But the writing is a strange jumble. The hieratratic is inextricably though sparingly mixed with the demotic, a single word being often written partly in hieratratic, partly in demotic. Where hieratratic signs occur the language is not generally more archaic than when the demotic is pure. In 23/24 the word aphrodisiacs is written in hieratratic. Now aphrodisiacs is usually regarded as a typical Gnostic invocation name, Irenaeus having stated that it was invented by Basilides, FL 125 AD. This statement is now generally regarded as an error, and the name may be earlier, but there is no authority for placing it in pre-Christian times, cf. Hort, S.V. Aphrodisiacs, in Smith, Diet. Christ. Biog, Dietrich, Aphrodisiacs, page 46. C. Schmidt. Gnostische Schriften in Copt. SPR, 1892, page 562. Not many documents written in hieratratic have been ascertained to be later than the 1st century AD. But they were plentiful at Tanis amongst the burnt papyri found by Professor Petrie in the house of Bakakuyu, a Sychus, the destruction of which Mr. Petrie was disposed to date to 174 AD, Tanis, page 41, and Clemens Alexandrinus, Strom. V. 237, mentions hieratratic as still taught in the schools, circa, d. 160 to 220. Hieroglyphic inscriptions, with the name of Decius, 249 to -251, are found in the Temple of Esne, and the existence of hieroglyphic almost implies that of hieratic. Judging by the language, it is difficult to believe that any part of the work in its present redaction is more than a century or two older than the papyrus itself. The contents of the papyrus may be classified as follows. I. Divination. A. By the vessel of oil 1-3, 9x, 22, 14, 18. 7-33, 21. 1-9, XXII, 18I, Verso XXI, Verso XXVI. B. By a lamp V, 6-7, 8. 1-12, 16, 17-18. 6, 25. 1-22, 27. 13-36, Verso 18, Verso Ziv, Verso XXXI. C. By the sun X, 22 and XXVI. 1, I2, 29. D. By moon XCI. 21-31. E. By the four-leg constellation, Great Bear, Verso 18. F. By stars. 4, 23-4. G. Through the priest's sash. 8, 12 end. H. Through amulets 4. 1-22. I. By dreams Verso 17, I paint XXI, invocation XXVI. 28. K. For thief catching 3. 29, or shipwreck, Verso 15. 2. To obtain favor and respect 11, Verso XXXI. To avert anger of superior 15. 24-31. 3. Erotica. By potions 15. 1-21, 21. 10-43, 25. 23-26. By salves 12, Verso 3. 14-16, 12-13. 9, 13. 10-11, 14, 23, 25, XXX, 32. Alpha Gamma Omega Gamma Iota Mu Omicron Nu Verso 16, 17, 19. Delta Iota Alpha Kappa Omicron Pi Eta 13. 1-10. 4. Poisons, and K. Blinding 13. 11, 24. 30. Soporifics XCI. 1-20, Ziv, Verso 2. 16-3. 3. Maddening, Magic, Verso Zix. Slaying XCI. 7, 24. 28, Verso XXXI. Uses of the shrew mouse, and K. Chiefly in erotica, 13. 11 end and Verso XXXI. 5, Healing. Poison 19. 10-21. Sting XX. 1-27. Dogs bite 19. 9, 32-40. Bone in throat 19. 21-32, XX. 27-33. Gout and other affections of feet Verso 8x, 11. Water in ears Verso 4. 1-5. Ophthalmia, Verso XX. Fever Verso XXXI. Hemorrhage, and K. In woman Verso V 1-3, 9-13, V 4-8. To ascertain pregnancy Verso V 4-8. 6. Names or descriptions of plants, drugs, and K. Verso 1-2. 15, 3. 4-13, 17-18, 4. 6-19, v. 14-17. Synopsis of contents. Column 1-3. Divination by vessel with medium. January 2nd to March 5th invocation, 3/5, 3/35 directions. 4, 1-19. Process employed by amulets. 1-8 directions, 9-19 Greek invocation. 4, 20-22. For a horoscope. 4, 23 to 24. Eye paints. V, 1 to 2. Fragmentary. 3 to 32. Divination by lamp without medium. 3 to 8 directions, 9 to 23 invocations, 24 to 32 prescription for eye paint and further directions. 6 to 8. 11. Divination by lamp, with medium and alone. June 1st - 11 directions, June 11th to August 11th invocations. 8, 12 to 18. Divination alone, according to the priest's ash. 12 to 16 invocation, 16 to 18 directions. 9x, 22. Divination of chans by vessel. September 1st to October 9th invocation, October 9th to October 19th directions for use with medium, October 20th to October 22nd for use alone. X, 22 to 35. Divination by vessel to see the bark of Ra, alone. 23 to 30 invocation, 30 to 35 directions. 11. Formula for acquiring praise and honor. 1 to 21 invocation, 21 to 26 directions. 12. Eroticon. 1 to 14 directions, 15 to 18 invocation, 18 to 27 alternative invocation, 27 to 31 further directions. 13. To separate a man from a woman. 2 to 9 invocation, 9 to 10 directions. Incomplete, 11 to 29 uses of shrew mouse, and other animals, and, for removing the man and procuring the woman. 14. Divination by vessel with medium. 2 to 16 invocation, 17 to 32 directions. Column 15. 1 to 20. Eroticon. 1 to 8 directions, 8 to 20 invocation. 15, 21 to 23. Another eroticon. 15, 24 to 31. Formula for averting anger of a superior. 25 to 28 Greek invocation, 29 to 31 demotic translation of the same. 16, 1 to 14. Divination by lamp, invocation. 16, 15 to 17. Invocation before the sun for success generally. 16, 18 to 30. Divination by lamp with a medium. 18 to 19 directions, 20 to 22 invocation, 22 to 30 further directions. 17, 1 to 21. Another method of divination by lamp with medium. 1 to 11 invocation. 11 to 21 directions. 17, 21 to 23. Another method of the same. 17, 24 to 26. Another method of the same. 17, 27 18. 6. Another method of the same. 18, 7 to 33. Divination by vessel with medium or alone. 8 to 23 invocation, 24 to 33 directions. 19, 1 to 9. Formula for the bite of a dog. 1 to 8 invocation, 8 to 9 directions. 19, 10 to 21. Formula for extracting poison from the heart of a man who has been made to drink a philter. 11 to 19 invocation, 19 to 21 directions. 19, 21 to 32. Formula for a bone in the throat. 22 to 28 invocation. 28 to 32 directions. 19, 32 to 40. Formula for the bite of a dog. 33 to 39 invocation, 39 to 40 directions. XX, 1 to 27. Formula for the sting of a scorpion. 2 to 13 invocation, 14 to 27 directions and invocation to the oil. XX, 27 to 33. Formula for a bone in the throat. 21, 1 to 9. Divination by vessel through Osiris. 2 to 8 invocation, 8 to 9 directions. 21, 10 to 43. Eroticon, a scarab in wine. 10 to 20 directions. 20 to 43 invocations. 22, 1 to 5. Divination by vessel for spirit summoning, incomplete. 23, 1 to 20. Formula to inflict catalepsy and death. 2 to 8 directions, 9 to 20 Greek invocation. Column 23. 21 to 26. Vessel divination by the moon. 21 to 24 directions, 24 to 26 invocation. 23, 27 to 31. Another method of the same. 24. Various prescriptions for producing sleep, catalepsy, death, and 25, 1 to 22. Divination by lamp with a medium. 2 to 8 invocation, 9 to 22 directions. 25, 23 to 31. Eroticon. 25, 31 26. 18. Eroticon. 25/31-33 directions, 25/34-37 invocation, January 26th-18 alternative invocation. 27, 1 to 12. Divination by vessel with medium, foreseeing the bark of Ra. January 9th invocation, 9 to 12 directions. 27, 13 to 36. Divination by lamp with medium. 13 to 19 directions, 20 to 24 invocation, 24 to 36 prescription for eye paint and further directions. 28, 1 to 9. Divination by vessel, alone. 1 to 4 invocation, 4 to 9 directions. 28, 10 to 15. Another method of the same. 29, 1 to 20. Divination by the sun with medium. 1 to 4 directions, 5 to 12 invocation, 12 to 17 alternative invocation, 17 to 20 further directions. 29, 20 to 30. Another method of the same. Verso. I. Names of plants. 2. 1-1, 5, names of plants and minerals. 2. 16 to 20, prescription for sleeping draught. 3. 1 to 3, another. 3. 4 to 13, 17 to 18. Names of minerals. 3. 14 to 16, eroticon. 4. 1 to 5, prescription for the ears. 4. 6 to 19, names of animals and plants. V. 1 to 3, 9 to 13. Prescriptions for hemorrhage in women. V. 4 to 8. Prescription for ascertaining pregnancy. V. 14 to 17, names of plants. 6 to 7. Prescriptions for ailments of women. 8x. Prescriptions for gout. 11. Prescriptions for ailments of the feet. 12 to 14. Erotica. 15. Formula for thief catching and against shipwreck. 16. Eroticon. 17. Formula for dreams. 18. Divination by lamp, or by the four-leg, Great Bear, constellation. 19. Formula for summoning a woman. XX. Prescription for ophthalmia. 21. Formula for an eye paint. 22. Vessel divination, alone. 23. Eroticon. 24. Lamp divination. 25. Eroticon. 26. Invocation for use in vessel divination. 27. Invocation for the same. 28. Directions for spirit summoning. 29. Formula to produce madness. XXX. Erotica. 31. Invocation for use in lamp divination. 32. Formula for producing love or death of a woman, and acquiring praise. 33. Formula for removing fever. Explanation of signs. Translation. Restorations are placed in square brackets. Lacunae in the original, for which no restoration is suggested, are represented by dots. Words in round brackets are not in the original, but are added by the translators. Those between angular brackets less than greater than are intended to be omitted. The second person singular has been rendered by thou, thee in invocations, by you elsewhere. In the very few instances in which the second person plural occurs, it is indicated by the use of ye or you plur. Bis, following a word indicates that the word is followed in the original by the sign SPSN, implying that the word or phrase is to be repeated. An accurate transcription of the magic names is given in the transliteration. In the translation we have rendered the sound approximately without strict adherence to any one system. Generally following the glosses where they exist, as it was thought that this would be the most useful course for such readers as are not Egyptian scholars. Transliteration. For the system, see note preceding the demotic glossary. Words transliterated with Coptic letters between asterisks are written in cipher in the original. References. In referring to the plates of the papyrus in Volume 2, Kernel I. 1, I is quoted as 1/1 and Verso, Kernel 2. I, 3 as v, February 3, and k. Translation. Kernel 1. 1, a vessel divination which a physician, of the nome of Pems, gave to me. Formula. 2, O God N, the border of whose girdle, rests in Paramount, whose face is like a spark. 3. Of, an obscene cat, whose toes, are a rearing uraeus. 4. Quick ly. Put light and spaciousness in my vessel. 5. Open to me the earth, open to me the underworld, open to me the abyss. 6. Great. Of bronze of Alka, ye gods that are in heaven, that are exalted. Come ye. 7. Put, light and spaciousness in my vessel, my. 8. This, boy, whose face is bent over this vessel, oil, cause to succeed. 9. For this vessel divination is the vessel divination of Isis. When she sought. 10. Come into me, O my compeller, for everything. 11. And cause the eyes of this child to be open to them all. 12. For I am the Pharaoh lion ram lion lotus is my name. 13. To thee here today, for I am Sit Takeo, Sedum is my name, Sedum. 14, is my true name, and k. Hranut, Laptotha, Laxantha, Sa 15, Risa, and k. Balbul, Bis. Luteri, Clo, Cassandra, Iaho, 16, is my name, and k. Balkan the dread, one of heaven, Ablanathanalba, the griffin, 17, of the shrine of God, and k. You, say it, drawling, with your voice, O beautiful oxherd, my compeller. 18. Ask thee about here today, and do thou cause the eyes of this boy to be opened. 19. And do thou protect this boy whose face is bent down, over this. 20. Vessel of God, Lord of earth. The survivor, of the earth, Lord of earth. 21. I am Horamon that sitteth at this vessel divination here today. 22. This vessel divination here today, Marikari. Thou. 23. And that they tell me my inquiry. Say to them, Bis, O holy gods of the abyss. 24. I am of earth by name, under the soles, of whose feet the gods of Egypt are placed. 25. Dar. For I am Tapishtihai of earth by name. 26. Preserve thee, O Pharaoh, Pashame that resteth at the mouth. 27. These shoulders of real gold. Truth is in my mouth. Honey, 28, is in my lips. Ma. Before I am Stel, Iaho, earth opener. Kernel 2. 1. You say to the boy, open your eyes. When he opens his eyes and sees the light, you make him cry out. 2. Saying, grow, bis, O light, come forth, bis, O light, rise, bis, O light, ascend, bis, O light, thou who art without, 3, come in. If he opens his eyes and does not see the light, you make him close his eyes, 4, you call to him again, formula, O darkness, remove thyself from before him, 6. O light, bring the light, into me. 5, Shoy that is in the abyss, bring in the light to me. O Osiris, who is in the Neshim boat, bring in the light to me. 6, These 4 winds that are without, bring in the light to me. O thou in whose hand is the moment that belongeth to these hours, 7, bring in the light to me. Anubis, the good oxherd, bring in the light to me. For thou, 8, shalt give protection to me here today. For I am Horus son of Isis, the good son of Osiris. Thou shalt bring the gods of the place, 9, of judgment, and thou shalt cause them to do my business, and they shall make my affair proceed, Netbu, thou shalt cause them to do it. 10, For I am. Turamnii, Amnii, Mes, Bis, Ornaworf, Bis, Paharoth, 11. Paraf, Io, a little, King, Tuhor, let this child prosper, whose face is bent down to this, 12, Oil, and thou shalt, escort. Suchos to me until he come forth. Sedum is my name, Sedum is my correct name. For I am, 13, Ot, M, Olo, T, Tulat, Tat, Paintat is my correct name. O great God whose name is great, 14, appear to this child without alarming or deceiving, truthfully. You utter these, 15, charms 7 times, you make him open his eyes. If the light is good and he says Anubis is coming in, you call before him, Anubis. 16, Formula, O Rizmurais, O Tuartu, O this beautiful male born of Heru, the daughter of the Neem, 17, come to me, for thou art this lotus flower that came forth from in the lotus of Nastor, and that illuminates the whole earth, 18, Hail. Anubis, come to me, the high, the mighty, the chief over the mysteries of those in the underworld, the pharaoh of those in Amenti, the chief physician, 19, the fair, son of Osiris, he whose face is strong among the gods, thou manifestest thyself in the underworld before the hand of Osiris. Thou servest, 20, the souls of Abydos, for they all live by thee, these souls, namely, those of the sacred underworld. Come to the earth, show thyself to me, 21, here today. Thou art Thoth, thou art he that came forth from the heart of the great Agathodemon, the father of the fathers of all the gods. Come to the mouths, 22, of my vessel today and do thou tell me answer in truth to everything that I shall inquire about, without falsehood therein, for I am Isis, 23, the wise, the words of whose mouth of mine, come to pass. Formula, 7 times. You say to the boy, speak to Anubis, saying, 24, go forth, bring in the gods. When he goes after them and brings them in, you ask the boy, saying, have the gods, 25, come in? If he says, they have come, and you, see them, you cry before them. Formula, raise thyself for me, bis, shoy, raise thyself, mera, 26, the grade of 5, didia, tenzia, do justice to me. Thoth, let creation fill the earth with light, O, thou who art an ibis in, 27, his noble countenance, thou noble one that enters the heart, let truth be brought forth, thou great God whose name is great. Say 7 times. 28, you say to the boy, speak to Anubis, saying, bring in a table for the gods and let them sit. When they, 29, are seated you say, bring in a jar of wine, broach it for the gods, bring in some bread, let them eat, let them drink. Kernel 3. 1, let them eat, let them drink, let them pass a festal day. When they have finished, you speak to Anubis, saying, dost thou make inquiry for me? If he says, at once, you say to him, the God who will make my inquiry, 2, today, let him stand up. If he says, he has stood up, you say to him, i.e. the child, say to Anubis, carry off the things from the midst, you cry, 3, before him, i.e. the god, instantly saying, O Agatha demon of today, lord of today, O thou whose possession these moments are. You cause him, the boy, to say, 4, to Anubis, the god who will inquire for me today, let him tell me his name. When he stands up and tells his name, you ask him, 5, concerning everything that you wish. It's spirit gathering. You take 7 new bricks, before they have been moved so as to turn them, 6, to the other face. You take them, you being pure, without touching them against anything on earth, and you place them in their manner in which they were, 7, placed, again, and you place 3 tiles under the oil. And the other 4 tiles, you arrange them about the child without, 8, touching any part of him against the ground, or 7 palm sticks, you treat them in this fashion also. And you take 7 clean loaves, 9, and arrange them around the oil, with 7 lumps of salt, and you take a new dish and fill it with, 10, clean oasis oil and add to the dish gradually without producing cloudiness. So that it becomes clear, 11, exceedingly, and you take a boy, pure, before he has gone with a woman, you speak down into his head, 12, while he stands, previously, to learn, whether he will be profitable in going to the vessel. If he is profitable, you make him lie on his belly, 13, you clothe him with a clean linen tunic, less than you call down into his head greater than, there being a girdle on the upper part, 14, of the tunic. You utter this invocation that is above, down into his head, he gazing downwards less than looking greater than into the oil, for 7 times, his eyes being, 15, closed. When you have finished, you make him open his eyes, you ask him about what you desire. You do it until the time of the 7th hour of the day. 16. The invocation that you utter down into his head previously to test him in his ears as to whether he will be profitable in going to, 17, the vessel. Formula, noble ibis, falcon, hawk, noble and mighty, let me be purified in the manner of the noble ibis, falcon, 18, hawk, noble and mighty. You utter this down into his head for 7 times, when you utter this, then, 19, his ears speak. If his 2 ears speak, he is very good, if it be his right ear, 30, he is good, if it be his left ear, he is bad. Prescription for enchanting the vessel quickly so that the gods enter and tell, 21, you answer truthfully. You put the shell of a crocodile's egg, or that which is inside it, on the flame, it will be enchanted instantly. Prescription to make them, 22, speak, you put a frog's head on the brazier, then they speak. Prescription for bringing the gods in by force, you put the bile, 23, of a crocodile with pounded frankincense on the brazier. If you wish to make them come in quickly again, you put stalks, of anise, on the brazier together with the, 24, eggshell as above, then the charm works at once. If you wish to bring in a living man, you put sulfate of copper on the brazier, then he comes in. 25, if you wish to bring in a spirit, you put sawr stone with stone of ilk on the brazier, then the spirit comes in. You put the heart, 26, of a hyena or a hare, excellent, bis. If you wish to bring in a drowned man, you put sea carob stone, on the brazier. 27, if you wish to bring in a murdered man, you put ass's dung with an amulet of Nephthys on the brazier, then he comes in. If you, 28, wish to make them all depart, you put ape's dung on the brazier, then they all depart to their place, and you utter their spell of dismissal also. 29, if you wish to bring in a thief, you put crocus powder with alum on the brazier. The charm which you pronounce when you, 30, dismiss them to their place, good dispatch, joyful dispatch. 31, if you wish to make the gods come in to you and that the vessel work its magic quickly, you take a scarab and drown it in the milk of a black cow, 32, and put it on the brazier, then it works magic in the moment named, and the light comes. 33, an amulet to be bound to the body of him who has the vessel, to cause it to work magic quickly. You take a band of linen of 16 threads, 4 of white, 4 of green, 34, 4 of blue, 4 of red, and make them into one band and stain them with the blood of a hoopoe, and you bind it with a scarab in its attitude of the sun god. 35, drowned, being wrapped in byssus, and you bind it to the body of the boy who has the vessel, and it will work magic quickly. There being nothing, in the world better, than it. Kernel 4. 1. A scout spreader, which the great god amulets makes. Its spirit gathering. You bring a table of olive wood, 2, having 4 feet, upon, which no man on earth has ever sat, and put it, it being clean, beside, you. When you wish, 3, to make an inquiry of God, with it truthfully without falsehood, behold, this is, the manner of it. You put the table in a clean room. 4. In the midst of the place, it being near your head, you cover it with a tunic. From its head to its feet, and you put 4 bricks, 5, under the table before it, one above another, there being a censer of clay before it, the table. And you put charcoal, 6, of olive wood on it, the censer, and put wild goose fat pounded with myrrh and cusank and make them into balls, 7, and put one on the brazier, and lay the remainder at your side, and pronounce this spell in Greek. Speech to it formula, and you spend the night without speaking, 8, to any one on earth, and you lie down and you see the god in the likeness of a priest wearing fine linen and wearing a nose at his feet. 9. I invoke thee who art seated in the invisible darkness and who art in the midst, 10, of the great God sinking and receiving the suns, 11, rays and sending forth the luminous goddess Nebuchadnezzar. 12, the great god Barzan Bubarzan Narzazuzan Barzabuzeth, 13, the sun. Send up to me this night thy archangel, 14, Zeborthanan, answer with truth, truthfully, without falsehood, without, 15, ambiguity concerning this matter, for I conjure thee by him, 16, who is seated in the flaming vesture on the silver head of the, 17, Agathodemon, the almighty four-faced demon, the highest, 18, darkling and soul-bringing. Fox, do not disregard me, but send up, 19, speedily in this night an injunction, of the god. Say this 3 times. 20, then he speaks with you with his mouth opposite your mouth in truth concerning everything that you wish. When he has finished, and goes away again, 21, you place a tablet of reading. The hours upon the bricks, and you place the stars upon it and write your purpose, on a new roll, 22, and place it on the tablet, then he makes your stars appear which are favorable for your purpose. 23, a method, of lucky shadows. That is tested, a hawk's egg with myrrh, pound, put on your eyes of it, then it makes lucky shadows. 24, another again, head and blood of a hoopoe, cook them and make them into a dry medicament and paint your eyes with it, then you see them, again. Kernel 5. 1, and you set up your planisphere, and you stamp on the ground with your foot 7 times and recite these charms to the foreleg, turning, to the north 7 times, 2, and you return, down and go to a dark recess. 3, a question form, tested. You go to a dark clean recess with its face open to the south and you purify it with, 4, natron water. And you take a new white lamp in which no red earth or gum water has been put and place a clean wick, 5, in it and fill it with real oil after writing this name and these figures on the wick with ink of myrrh beforehand. 6, and you lay it on a new brick before you, its underside being spread with sand, and you pronounce these spells over the lamp again another 7 times. You display frankincense in front of, 7, the lamp and you look at the lamp. Then you see the god about the lamp and you lie down on a rush mat without speaking, 8, to anyone on earth. Then he makes answer to you by dream. Behold its invocation. Formula, in margin, behold the spells which you write on the wick. Bakuksekuk, and figures. 9, Ho. I am Murai, Muribi, Babel, Bauth, Bamli, the great Agathodemon, 10, Muratho, the form of soul that resteth above in the heaven of heavens, 11, Tato, Bis, Bull, Bis, Muatahi. Bis, Lahi, Bis, Bulbul, Bis, Aa, Tat, Bis, Bull, Bis, Yohel, Bis, the first servant, 12, of the great God, he who giveth light exceedingly, the companion of the flame, he in whose mouth is the fire that is not quenched. The great God who is seated, 13, in the fire, he who is in the midst of the fire which is in the lake of heaven, in whose hand is the greatness and the power of God. Reveal thyself to me, 14, here today in the fashion of thy revelation to Moses which thou didst make upon the mountain, before whom thou thyself didst create darkness and light. 15. Insertion I pray thee that thou reveal thyself to me here tonight and speak with me and give me answer in truth without falsehood. For I will glorify thee. 16. In Abydos, I will glorify thee in heaven before free, I will glorify thee before the moon, I will glorify thee. 17. Before him who is upon the throne, who is not destroyed, he, equals thou, of the great glory, Peden, bis. Pater, Enphi, bis. 18. O God who is above heaven, in whose hand is the beautiful staff, who created deity, deity not having created him. Come down less than and greater than to me. 19. Into the midst of this flame that is here before thee, thou of Bol, bis, and let me see the business that I ask about. 20. Tonight truly without falsehood. Let it be seen, let it be heard. O great God Sissihout, otherwise said Armiath, come. 21. In before me and give me answer to that which I shall ask about, truly without falsehood. O great God that is on the mountain. 22. Of Atuki, of Gabaon, Kabaho, Takratat, come into me, let my eyes be open tonight for any given thing. 23. That I shall ask about, truly without falsehood. The voice, of the Lisfat, Neblet. Lilis. 7 times, and you lie down. 24. Without speaking. The ointment which you put on your eyes when you are about to inquire of the lamp in any lamp divination, you take some flowers. 25. Of the Greek bean. You find them in the place of the garland seller, otherwise said of the lupin seller, you take them fresh and put them. 26. In a lock vessel of glass and stop its mouth very well for 20 days in a secret dark place. After 20 days, if you, 27, take it out and open it, you find a pair of testicles in it with a phallus. You leave it for 40 days and when you take it out, 28, and open it, you find that it has become bloody. Then you put it on a glass thing and put the glass thing into a pottery thing. 29, in a place hidden at all times. When you desire to make inquiry of the lamp with it at any time, if you fill your eyes with this, 30, blood aforesaid, and if you go in to pronounce a spell over the lamp, you see a figure of a god standing behind the lamp, and he speaks. 31, with you concerning the question which you wish, or you lie down and he comes to you. If he does not come to you, you rise and pronounce his compulsion. 32, you must lie down on green reeds, being pure from a woman, your head being turned to the south and your face being turned to the north and the face of the lamp being turned northwards likewise. 33, insert above I pray thee to reveal thyself to me here tonight and speak with me and give me answer truly concerning the given matter which I ask thee about. Kernel 6. 1. An inquiry of the lamp. You go to a clean dark cell without light and you dig a new hole in an east wall. 2. And you take a white lamp in which no minium or gum water has been put, its wick being clean, and you fill it with clean genuine oasis oil. 3. And you recite the spells of praising Ra at dawn in his rising, and you bring the lamp when lighted opposite the sun and recite to it the spells as below 4 times. 4. And you take it into the cell, you being pure, and the boy also. And you pronounce the spells to the boy, he not looking at the lamp, his eyes being, 5, closed, 7 times. You put pure frankincense on the brazier. You put your finger on the boy's head, his eyes being closed. 6. When you have finished you make him open his eyes towards the lamp. Then he sees the shadow of the god about the lamp, and he inquires for you. 7. Concerning that which you desire. You must do it at midday in a place without light, if it be that you are inquiring for a spirit damned, a wick of sailcloth. 8. Is what you put in the lamp and you fill it with clean butter. If it is some other business, a clean wick with pure genuine oil. 9. Is that which you put in the lamp. If you will do it to bring a woman to a man, ointment of roses is that which you put in the lamp. You must lay the lamp. 10. On a new brick, and the boy also must sit on another brick with his eyes closed. You cry down into his head 4 times. 11. The spells which you recite less than to the lamp greater than to the wick previously before you recite to the boy, formula, art thou the unique great wick of the linen of Thoth? 12. Art thou the byssus robe of Osiris, the divine drowned, woven by the hand of Isis, spun by the hand of Nephthys? 13. Art thou the original band that was made for Osiris' cantonment? Art thou the great bandage with which Anubis put forth his hand to the body of Osiris the mighty god? 14. I have brought thee today Ho. Thou wick to cause the boy to look into thee, that thou mayest make reply to every matter concerning which I ask here today. 15. Is it that you will not do it? O wick, I have put thee in the hand of the black cow, I have lighted thee in the hand, 16, of the female cow. Blood of the drowned one is that which I put to thee for oil, the hand of Anubis is that which is laid on thee. The spells, 17, of the great sorcerer are those which I recite to thee. Do thou bring me the god in whose hand is the command today and let him give me answer as to everything about which, 18, I inquire here today truly without falsehood. Ho. Nut, mother of water, Ho. Apet, mother of fire, 19, come unto me, Nut, mother of water, come Apet, mother of fire, come unto me Yaho. You say it drawling, with your voice exceedingly. You say again, Esex, Po, Ef Ketun, otherwise said, Kathon, 7 times. If it is a direct inquiry, these alone are the things that you recite, 21, to the lamp, and you lie down without speaking. But if obduracy take place, you rise, you recite, 22, his summons, which is his compulsion. Formula, I am the ram's face, youth is my name, I was born under the venerable Perse, 23, in Abydos, I am the soul of the great chief who is in Abydos. I am the guardian of the great corpse that is in Upek, 24, I am he whose eyes are as the eyes of Achem when he watcheth Osiris by night, I am Teptuf upon the desert of Abydos, 25, I am he that watcheth the great corpse which is in Busiris. I am he who watcheth for light scarab noble. In margin, the spells that you write on the lamp, Bekuxikuk, and figures, 26, whose name is hidden in my heart, Bibiu, soul of souls, is his name. Formula, 7 times. If it is a direct inquiry, 27, these things alone are what you recite. If it is an inquiry by the boy that you are about, you recite these aforesaid to the lamp, 28, before calling down into the head of the boy, you turn round. You recite this other invocation to the lamp also. Formula, O Osiris, O lamp, 29, that giveth vision of the things less than if days greater than above, that giveth vision of the things below and vice versa, O lamp, bis, amen is moored in thee. O lamp, bis, I, 30, invoke thee, thou goest up to the shore of the great sea, the sea of Syria, the sea of Osiris. Do I speak, 31, to thee? Dost thou come that I may send thee? Ho, lamp, witness. To thyself, since thou hast found Osiris upon his boat of papyrus and teen, 32, Isis being at his head, Nephthys at his feet, and the male and female gods about him. Speak, Isis, let it be told, 33, to Osiris concerning the things which I ask about, to cause the god to come in whose hand is the command, and give me answer to everything about which I shall inquire, 34, here today. When Isis said, let a god be summoned to me that I may send him, he being discreet. As to the business on which he will go and he accomplish it, 35, they went and they brought to her, thou art the lamp that was brought to her. The fury of Sekhmet thy mother and of Hek thy father is, 36, cast at thee, thou shalt not be lighted for Osiris and Isis. Thou shalt not be lighted for Anubis until thou hast given me an answer to everything which I ask, 37, about here today truly without telling me falsehood. If thou wilt not do it, I will not give thee oil. Kernel 7. 1. I will not give thee oil, I will not give thee fat. O lamp, verily I will give thee the body of the female cow and put blood, 2, of the male bull into thee and put thy hand to the testicles, of the enemy of Horus. Open to me, O ye of the underworld, the box of myrrh that is in my hand, 3, receive me before you, O ye souls of Acre belonging to Bywecum, the box of frankincense that hath 4 corners. O dog, which is, 4, called Anubis by name, who resteth on the box of myrrh, whose feet are set on the box of frankincense, let there come to me, 5, the ointment for the son of the lamp that he may give me answer as to everything about which I ask here today, truly without falsehood therein. 6, Io, Tabeo, Sukamomo, Akakonbu, Sanawani, Ethi, Kanto, 7, Kathos, Basathori, Thmila, Akhau, give me answer as to everything about which I ask here today. 7 times. 8, the spells of the boy, Bol, Bis, 2, Bis, Aa, Bis, Tat, Bis, he that giveth light exceedingly, the companion of the flame, 9, he in whose mouth is the fire that is not quenched, the great God that sitteth in the fire. He that is in the midst of the fire, he that is in the lake of heaven, 10, in whose hand is the greatness and might of God, reveal thyself to this boy who hath my vessel today, and let him give me answer truly, 11, without falsehood. I will glorify thee in Abydos, I will glorify thee in heaven before free, I will glorify thee, 12, before the moon, I will glorify thee on earth, I will glorify thee before him who is upon the throne, who is not destroyed, he of the great glory. 13, Peteri, Pater, Enfi, the God who is above heaven, in whose hand is the beautiful staff, 14, who created deity, deity not having created him, come into the midst of this fire that is here before thee, he of Bol. Enlil 5. 15, cause me to see the business about which I am inquiring today, let it be seen, let it be heard. 16, and do thou give strength to the eyes of the boy who has my vessel, to cause him to see it. And to his tears to cause him to hear it. O great God Sisehout, 17. Before me and cause my eyes. 18, Akremto, come in into the midst of this flame. 17, to be open to everything for which I pray here today. O great God that is upon the hill of less than a tugagreator than Gabaon, Kabaho, Tokratat. You recite this, 19, until the light appear. When the light appears, you turn round, you recite this spell copy a second time again. Behold the spell copy also, of the summons, 20, that you recite, Ho. Speak to me, Bis, Thes, Tenor, the Father of eternity without end, the God who is over the whole earth, Sokmo, 21, Bokmo, Brak, Nephro, Bampri, Brias, Sarantur, Melicryphs, 22, Larnanes, Herephes, Mephobrias, Furca, Fex, Diuphia. 23, Marmarik, Lauercrephi, may I see the answer to the inquiry on account of which I am here, may answer be made to me, 24, to everything about which I ask here today, truly without falsehood. Ho. Adale, Aphthi, Kokomol, 25, Hizenmegiddon, Orthobabo, Noer, Seir, Sancathra, 26, Ereskigel, Sagist, Dodecakist, Akrurabor, Kodera. 27, you make him open his eyes and look at the lamp, and ask him as to that which you wish. If obstinacy appear, he not having seen the God, you turn round, 28, you pronounce his compulsion. Formula, Semia Kentu, Kantu, Karadu, Durenko, Likaz, 29, come to me, Kanab, Arikadii, Barikaki, Disk, moon of the gods, Disk, hear my voice, let answer be given me, 30, as to everything about which I ask here today. O perfume of Zalabaho, Nasira, Hake, arise. O lion ram, 31, let me see the light today, and the gods, and let them give me answer as to everything about which I ask here today truly. Na, is thy name, 32, Na, is thy true name. You utter a whisper, with your voice loudly, you recite saying, come to me Iaho, Iau, 33, Iaho, Aho, Hi, Ko, How, Ko, Nashbot, Arpihap, Abla, Balbach, 34, Honbeck, Hawkface, Ni, Abit, Thatlat, Maribal. Colonel 8. 1. If, the God, delays so as not to come in, you cry, 2. Maribal, Kmua, Keek, Father of the fathers of the gods, go round, one eye weeps, the other laughs, io, bis, ha, he, 3, st, ichi, iaho, seek. Let there come to me the God in whose hand is the command today, and let him give me reply to everything, about which I ask here today. You say, pf nuddy, with your mouth each time, and you cry. I cast fury at thee of him who cutteth thee, of him who devoureth thee. 5. Let the darkness separate from the light before me. Ho! God, who hos, ricatem, si, bis, aho, my. I do not, 6, ka, 8, rishvi, bibiu, iaho. Ariaha, bis, erinus, do for her, Eusitho, they will turn the face, beaks, gs, 7, Ianian, Aaron, Ibes, ks. Let the God come to me in whose hand is the command and give me answer as to everything about which I, 8, inquire here today. Come in pietu, Kaitor, ho. Shop, Abraham, the apple, of the eye of the Uzat, 9, Kmar. Kmro, so as to create, com wr Sheknush, is thy real name, let answer be told to me, 10, as to everything about which I ask here today. Come to me Bakaxic. Tell me answer to everything which I ask about here today truly, 11, without telling me falsehood. Formula. 7 times. 12, a direct inquiry by the voice of Paash, the priest of Kes. He, the informant, tells it, saying it is tested, 9 times, 13, I am Ramshaw, Ramshaw son of Tapshaw, of his mother Tapshaw, if it be that, 14, any given thing shall happen, do not come to me with thy face of peck. Thou shalt come to me in thy form of a priest, 15, in thy figure of a servant of the temple. But, if it shall not come to pass, thou shalt come to me in thy form of a Culus higher, 16, for I am Ramshaw, Ramshaw, the son of Tapshaw, of his mother Tapshaw. Say it, opposite, 17, the shoulder constellation on the 3rd day of the month, there being a clove of 3-lobed white garlic and there being 3 needles, 18, of iron piercing it, and recite this to it 7 times, and put it at thy head. Then he attends to you and speaks with you. Colonel 9. 1. The vessel inquiry of Chons. Homage, to thee, Chonzin Thebes Neferhotep, the noble child that came forth from the lotus, Horus, Lord of Time, one he is. 2. Ho. Silver, Lord of Silver, Shanti, Lord of Shanti, Lord of the Disk. The great God, the vigorous bull, the son of the Ethiopian, come to me, noble child, the great God that is in, 3, the disk, who pleaseth men. Pomo, who is called the mighty bull, Bis, the great God that is in the Uzat, that came forth from the 4 boundaries. 4, of eternity, the punisher of the flesh, whose name is not known, nor his nature, nor his likeness. I know thy name, I know thy nature, I know, 5, thy likeness. Great is thy name, air is thy name, excellent is thy name, hidden is thy name. Mighty one of the gods is thy name, he whose name is hidden from all the gods, is thy name, Om. 6, mighty Am is thy name, all the gods, is thy name, Lotus Lion Ram is thy name, Look comes, Lord of the lands, Bis, is thy name, Amakra of heaven is thy name, Lotus flower of stars. 7, cometh. Eio is thy name. Thy form is a scarab with the face of a ram, its tail a hawk's, it wearing 2 panther skins. Thy serpent is a serpent. 8, of eternity, thine orbit. A lunar month, thy tree a vine tree and persea. Thy herb the herb of Amen, thy fowl of heaven a heron, thy fish of the deep. 9, a black lebs. They are established on earth. YB is thy name in thy body in the sea. Thy figure of stone in which thou camest forth is a 10, heaven is thy shrine, the earth thy forecourt, it was my will to seize thee here today, for I am one shining. Enduring, my 11, faileth. If I have not done it through the delay, I not having discovered thy name, O great God whose name is great, the Lord of the threshing floor of heaven. But, I have done it, enduring. Hunger, 12, for bread. And thirst for water, and do thou rescue me and make me prosper and give me praise, love, and reverence before every man. For I am the mighty bull, 13, the great God that is in the Uzat, that came forth from the four regions of space. I am Hune, youth, the great name that is in heaven, whom they call 14, Amphu, Bis, true, Bis, he is praised to Abidas. Ra, Horus the boy, is my name. Chief of the gods, is my correct name, preserve me, make me to prosper. Make my vessel to become successful. 15, open to me Arca before every god and every man that hath come forth from the stone of Ta. For I am the serpent that came forth from none, I am a, 16, proud Ethiopian, a rearing serpent of real gold. There being honey in my lips, that which I shall say cometh to pass at once. Ho! 17, mighty one, for I am Anubis, the baby creature, I am Isis and I will bind him, I am Osiris and I will bind him. I am Anubis, and I will bind him. Thou wilt save me from every 18, and every place of confusion. Lasmatnaut, Lesmatot, protect me, heal me, give me love, praise and reverence in my vessel. 19, my bandage. Here today. Come to me, Isis. Mistress of magic, the great sorceress of all the gods. Horus is before me, Isis behind me, Nephthys as my diadem. 20, a snake of the sons of Adam is that which, a urious diadem at my head, for he that shall strike me shall strike King Mont here today. 21, Mihos. Mighty one shall send out a lion of the sons of Mihos under compulsion to fetch them to me, Bis, the souls of God, the souls, 22, of man, the souls of the underworld, the souls of the horizon, the spirits, the dead. So that they tell me the truth today concerning that after which I am inquiring, for I am, 23, Horus son of Isis who goeth on board at Arca to put wrappings on the amulets, to put linen on the drowned one. 24, the fair drowned one of the drowned. They shall rise, they shall flourish at the mouths of my vessel, my bandage, my word-seeking. 25, arouse them for me, Bis, the spirits. The dead, rouse their souls and forms at the mouths of my vessel, rouse them for me. 26, with the dead, rouse them for me, Bis, rouse their souls and their forms. The fury of Pesawant, her, whose son is wont. The daughter of Ar. 27, rouse them for me, Bis, the untie from their places of punishment, let them talk with their mouths, let them speak with their lips, let them say that which I have said. About that which, 28, I am asking them here today, let them speak before me, let truth happen to me, do not substitute a face for a face. A name for a true, Bis, name, without, 29, falsehood in it. Ho! Scarab of true lapis lazuli that sitteth at the pool of Pharaoh Osiris on Nefer. 30, fill thy mouth with the water of the pool. Pour it on my head together with him who is at my hand, make me prosper, make him prosper, and conversely, until my words happen, let, 31, that which I say come to pass, for if that which I have said do not come to pass, I will cause fire to go round about this so until that which I have said do come to pass, for, they came, 32, to the earth, they listened to me, they said to me, who art thou? Bis, I am Adam in the sunboat of Free, I am Ariatatu. The shto of, 33, I looked out before, to observe Osiris the Ethiopian, he came into my head, there being 2 sons of Anubis in front of him, 2, sons of Ophois behind him. 34, 2 sons of Rear mooring him. They said to me, who art thou? Bis, I am one of those two hawks that watch over Isis and Osiris, the diadem, the 35, with its glory. Bring them to me, Bis, the souls of God, the souls of man. The souls of the underworld, the souls of the horizon. Colonel 10. 1. The spirits, the dead, let them tell me the truth today and that about which I shall ask, for I am Artemi, se. Mao, rising in the east. 2. Come into me, Anubis with thy fair face, I have come to pray to thee. Woe. Bis, fire, Bis, south, north, west, east, 3, every breeze of Amenti, let them come into being, proved, Bis, established, correct, enchanted, like the fury, of the Great One, of reverence, for I am, for, Iae, Iao, Iaea, Iao, Sabaoth, atone. For I cast fury at thee, Thii, Klatai, 5, Archi, Ioa, Phalekmi, Iao, Makahai, Iee, Ko. N, Kokreki, Aeth, 6, Sarbiaku, Ikra, Fibiek, Momu, Munaik, Stitho, Sothan, Neon, Karmai, 7, the fury of all these gods, whose names I have uttered here today, rouse them for me, Bis, the drowned, the dead. Let your, plural, soul and your, plural, form live for me, 8, at the mouths of my lamp, my bandage, my word-seeking. Let him make me answer to every word, about, which I am asking here today in truth, Bis, without, 9, falsehood therein. Hasten, Bis. Quickly, Bis, dot. Its spirit gathering, you go to a dark chamber with its, face, open to the south or east, 10, in a clean place, you sprinkle it with clean sand brought from the great river, you take a clean bronze cup or, 11, a new vessel of pottery and put a lock measure of water that has settled, or of pure water into the cup, and a lock measure of real oil, 12, pure. Or oil alone without putting water into it, and put a stone of Qsank in the vessel containing oil, and put a heart, 13, of the good house, plant, in the bottom of the vessel, and put 3 bricks round about the vessel, of new bricks. 14, and place 7 clean loaves on the bricks that are round the vessel and bring a pure child that has been tested, 15, in his ears before, that is profitable in proceeding with the vessel. You make him sit on a new brick, and you also sit, 16, on another brick, you being at his face, otherwise said, his back, and you put your hand before his eyes. His eyes being closed and call down, 17, into the middle of his head 7 times. When you have finished, you take your hand from before his eyes, you make him bend over the vessel, you put your hand 18, to his ears. You take hold of them with your hand also, you ask the child saying, do you see? If he says, I see a, 19, darkness, you say to him, speak, saying, I see thy beautiful face, and do thou, hear my salutation, O great god Anubis. 20, if you wish to do it by vessel alone, you fill your eyes with this ointment, you sit over the vessel, as aforesaid, your eyes being, 21, closed. You utter the above invocation 7 times, you open your eyes, you ask him concerning everything, that you wish. You do it from the, 22, 4th day of the lunar month until the 15th day, which is the half-month when the moon fills the Yuzat. A. Vessel dash, inquiry, alone in order to see, 23, the bark of free. Formula, open to me heaven, O mother of thy gods. Let me see the ba, arche of free descending and ascending, 24, in it, for I am Geb, heir of the gods. Prayer is what I make before free my father, on account of the things which have proceeded from me. 25, O Heknet, Great One, Lady of the Shrine, the Rishtret. Open to me, Mistress of the Spirits, open, to me, primal heaven, let, 26, me worship the angels. For, I am Geb, heir of the gods. Hail! Ye 7 kings, Hoi! Ye, 7 months, bull that engendereth, Lord of strength, 27, that lighteth the earth. Soul of the abyss, Ho! Lion as lion of the abyss, bull of the night, hail. Thou that rulest the people of the east, 28, noun, great one, lofty one, hail. Soul of a ram, soul of the people of the west, hail. Soul of souls, bull, of the night. Bull, of bulls, 29, son of nut, open to me, I am the opener of earth, that came forth from Geb, hail. I am I, he, 30, ho, I am a Nepo, Miripuri, Mot. Bio. We, Ou. Iaho. 31, formula, blood of a smungoose, blood of a hoopoe, blood of an, Ichar, nkmu plant, centipede plant, 32, grade of amen, plant, kazank stone, genuine lapis lazuli, myrrh, footprint of Isis, plant, pound, make into a ball. You paint, your, eyes, with it, put, a goat's dash, tear, 33, in, a, pleasure wood, of ani or ebony wood. You bind it, around, you, with a, 34, strip of male palm fiber in, an elevated place opposite the sun after putting, the ointment as above on, your eyes. 35, according to what is prescribed for it. Kernel 11. 1. A spell of giving favor, come to me, O. Thy beautiful name. O Thoth, hasten, bis, come to me. 2. Let me see thy beautiful face here today. I stand, being in the form of an ape, and do thou greet me. 3. With praise and adoration, with thy tongue of. Come unto me, that thou mayest hearken to my voice today, and mayest save me from all things evil, 4, and all slander. Ho! Thou whose form is of his great and mysterious form, from whose begetting came forth a god, 5, who resteth deep, in Thebes, I am. Of the great lady, under whom cometh forth the Nile. 6, I am the face of reverence great. Soul, in his protection, I am the noble child, 7, who is in the house of Re. I am the noble dwarf who is in the cavern. The ibis as a true protection. Who resteth in on, 8, I am the master of the great foe, lord of the obstructor, of seamen, mighty. My name. I am a ram, son of a ram, Sarpat Muiesro, and vice versa, 9, is my name. Light scarab noble, is my true name, bis, grant me praise and love, and reverence from N, son of, N, today, and let him give me all good things, 10, and let him give me nourishment and fat things. And let him do for me everything which I, wish for, and let him not, injure me so as to do me harm, nor let him say to me a thing, 11, which I, hate, today, tonight, this month, this year. This, hour. But as for my enemies, the sun shall impede their hearts and blind, 12, their eyes, and cause the darkness to be in their faces, for I am by Rai, depart ye, Rai, I am the son of Sakmet, 13, I am Bict, bull of Lat. I am Gat, son of Gat, whose the underworld, who rests deep, in the great residence in On, 14, I am son of Heknet, lady of the protecting bandage. Who binds with thongs. I am the phallus, which the great and mighty powers guard, 15, which rests in Bubastis, I am the divine shrewmouse which, resteth with, in Skhym, Lord of I. Soul, Lord. 16, is my name light scarab noble, is my true name, bis. Ho! All ye these gods, whose names I have spoken, here today, come to me, that ye may hearken to that which I have said today, 17, and rescue me from all weakness. Every disgrace, everything, every evil, today, grant me praise, love, and reverence before, such an one, the king in his host. 18, the desert and its animals, let him do everything which I shall say to him together with, every man who shall see, me or to whom I shall speak or who shall speak, 19, to me, among every man, every woman, every child, every old man. Every person, or animal or thing, in the whole land, which shall see me in these moments today, 20, and let them cause my praise to be in their hearts of everything which I shall do daily, together with those who shall come to me. To overthrow every enemy. 21. Hasten, bis, quickly, bis, before I say them or repeat them. Over an ape of wax. An oxyrhynchus, fish you put it. 22. In prime lily, otherwise teshups oil or morina, oil which has been, and you put liquid styrax to it, with prime frankincense together with seeds of. 23. Grate of love, plant in a metal vase. You bring a wreath of flowers of. And you anoint it with this oil as above, and recite. 24. These spells over it 7 times before the sun in the morning, before speaking to any man on earth. You extract it, you anoint your face with it. 25. You place the wreath in your hand, and proceed to any place, and be amongst any people, then it brings you. 26. Great praise among them exceedingly. This scribe's feat is that of King Darius. There is no better than it. Kernel 12. 1. A method for making a woman love a man. Opobalsamum, 1 stater. Malabathrum, 1 stater. 2. Kusht, 1 stater, scented, 1 stater, maru, 1 stater, genuine oil, 2 lok, you pound these medicaments. 3. You put them into a clean vessel. You add the oil on the top of them 1 day before the lunar period, when the lunar period 4 comes, you take a black kesh, fish measuring 9 fingers, another says 7 in length. Its eyes being variegated, of the color of the 5, which you find in a water, you put it into this oil above mentioned for 2 days, you recite this formula to it, the oil, at dawn. 6, before going out of your house. And before speaking to any man on earth. When 2 days have passed, you, 7, rise early in the morning, and go to a garden, you take a vine shoot before it has ripened grapes. 8, you take it with your left hand. You put it into your right hand when it has grown 7 digits, in length, you carry it, into your 9 house, and you take the fish, out of the oil, you tie it by its tail with a strip of flax. You hang it up to 10 of the vine wood. You place the thing containing oil under it until it, the fish, pours out by drops that which is in it downwards. 11. The vessel which is under it, being on a new brick for another 3 days, when the 3 days have passed, you take it. 12. Down, you embalm it, with myrrh, natron, and fine linen, you put it in a hidden place or in your chamber. 13. You pass 2 more days, you recite to the oil again for 7 days, you keep it, when you wish. 14. To make it do its work. You anoint your phallus and your face, you lie with the woman for whom you do it. 15. The spells which you recite to the oil. I am Shu, Klabano, I am Re, I am Kamra, I am son of Re, I am. 16. Sisht, son of Shu, a reed, of the water of On. This griffin which is in Abydos. Thou, Fem, art Tipwar, first, great of sorcery. 17. The living Urias, thou art the sunboat, the lake of Ua peak, grant to me praise, love, and lordship before. 18. Every womb. Every woman. Love, is my true name. Another, invocation of it again, I am Shu, Klakenak, I am Yarn. 19. I am Gamran, I am Say. Payer, Epaph, Yupan, Dwnhs, Gamru, water of On, I am. 20. Shu, Shabu, Shah, Shabaho, Lahielaz, Lahe. The great God who is in the east. 21. Labratha, I am that griffin which is in Abydos. Another, form of them, again, to give favor to a man before a woman and vice versa, before. Thou art Thuares, the great of sorcery, Cat, of Ethiopia, daughter of Re, lady of the Urias. Thou art Sekhmet, the great, lady of Ast. 23, who hast seized every impious person. Eyeball, of the sun in the Yuzat, born of the moon at the mid-month at night, thou art Cam. 24. Mighty, Abyss, thou art Cam. Great one, Fem, who art in the house of the obelisk in On, thou art the golden mirror, thou art. 25. The sectet boat, the sun boat of Re. Lanza, the youth, the son of the Greek woman, the Amazon, in the 36. Of dumpalm fruit. These, of Biweekam, the favor and love which the Son, thy Father, hath given to thee, send them, 27, to me down into this oil, before the heart and eyes of every woman before whom I come in. Invocation, to a kesh, fish, 28, of 9 digits and black, you put it, in an ointment of roses, you drown it therein, you take it, out. 29, you hang it up by its head, days, when you have finished you put it on a glass vessel, you add a little water of sesimbrium, 30, with a little amulet of Isis, and pound it, you recite this to it 7 times for 7 days opposite the rising of the sun. You anoint your head with it, 31, in the hour when you lie with any woman. You embalm the fish with myrrh and natron, you bury it in your chamber or in a hidden place. Kernel 13. 1. The mode of separating a man from a woman and a woman from her husband. 2. Woe. Bis, flame. Bis, Geb assumed his form of a bull, coivit, cum filia, matris sui tefnet, again. 3. Because, the heart of his father cursed his face, the fury of him whose soul is as flame, while his body is as a pillar, so that, he, for, fill the earth with flame and the mountains shoot with tongues, the fury of every god and every goddess Ankur, Lalat. 5. Bershak, Belkesh. Be cast upon En, the son of En, and En, the daughter of En. 6. Send the fire towards his heart and the flame in his place of sleeping, the a fire of hatred never, ceasing to enter, 7, into his heart at any time, until he cast En, daughter of En out of his abode, she having 8. Hatred to his heart, she having quarrel to his face, grant for him the nagging, and squabbling. The fighting and quarreling between them, 9, at all times, until they are separated from each other, without agreeing again for ever. Gum, 10, myrrh, you add wine to them. You make them into a figure of Geb, there being a scepter in his hand. 11. The uses, of the shrew mouse, to which it is put, goes. You take a shrew mouse, you drown it in some water, you make the man drink, 12, of it. Then he is blinded in his 2 eyes. Grind its body, with any piece of food, you make the man eat it, then he makes a, 13. And he swells up and he dies. If you do it to bring a woman, you take a shrew mouse. You place it on a Syrian, 14, pot, you put it on the backbone of a donkey, you put its tail in a Syrian pot or in a glass again, you let it loose, alive within, 15, the door of a bath of the woman, you gild it, sick, and embalm its tail, you add pounded myrrh to it, you put it in a gold ring. 16. You put it on your finger after reciting these charms to it, and walk with it to any place, and any woman whom you shall take hold of, she giveth herself unto you. 17. You do it when the moon is full. If you do it to make a woman mad after a man, you take its body, dried, you pound it, you take, 18, a little of it with a little blood of your second finger, that, of the heart, of your left hand. You mix it with it, you put it, 19, in a cup of wine, you give it to the woman and she drinks it, then she has a passion for you. You put its gall into a measure of wine, 20, and the man drinks it, then he dies at once. Or, you put it into any piece of food. You put its heart into a seal ring. 21, of gold, you put it on your hand, and go anywhere, then it brings you favor, love, and reverence. You drown a hawk in, 22, a measure of wine. You make the man drink it, then he dies. You put the gall of an Alexandrian, weasel, into any food, 23, then he dies. You put a 2-tailed lizard into the oil and cook it and anoint the man with it, then he dies. 24. You wish to produce a skin disease on a man and that it shall not be healed, a Hantus lizard, and a halfway lizard, you cook them with oil, 25, you wash the man with them. If you wish to make it troublesome, you put. Then it is troublesome. You put beer, 26, to the eye of a man, then he is blinded. 27. The charms which you recite to the ring at the time of taking hold of the woman. Yahoo, aphrodisiacs, 28, may N, daughter of N, love me, may she burn for me by the way. You. Then she conveys herself, after you, you write it, 29, again on the strip with which you wrap up the shrew mouse. Colonel 14. 1. That which another man said to me, open my eyes, unto 4 times. 2. A vessel divination, open my eyes, open thy eyes, and, vice versa, unto 3 times. Open, tat, open, nap, 3 times, 3, open, unto me. 3 times, for I am Artamo, born of Hamo, the great basilisk of the east, rising in glory together with thy father, 4, at dawn, hail, bis, ha, open to me ha, you say it with a drawling voice, Artamo, open to me ha. If thou dost, 5, not open to me ha, I will make thee open to me ha. O ibis, bis, sprinkle, that I may, see the great God. Anubis, the power, 6, that is about, my head, the great protector. Of the Uzat, the power, Anubis, the good ox herd, at every opening. Of the eye, which I have, made, 7, reveal thyself to me. For I am Nastham, Nasat, Nashoteb, Borelamai, Bis, 8, Mastinx, Anubis, Megist, Arian, thou who art great, Arian, Pianuzi, Arian, 9, he who is without. Hail, Phrix, 9, Anaxabrox, Ambrox, Beborx, Exon, 10, Brocria, the great child, Anubis, for I am that soldier. O ye of the Atef crown, ye of Pethnon, Masphenique, 11, hail. Let all that I have said come to pass here today, say, hail. Thou art Tam, Thamtham, Thamatham, 12, Tharnathamtham, Thamathauthi, Amon, Bis, thy correct name, whom they call Tom, 13, Anaktham, thou artith, thou T is thy name, Sitham, Anitam Absa, Shetensro, 14, black. Open to me the mouths of my vessel here today, come to me to the mouths of my vessel, my bandage, let, 15, my cup make the reflection, of heaven, may the hounds of the Hewlett give me that which is just in the abyss. May they tell me, 16, that about which I inquire here today truly, bis, there being no falsehood in them, machinuma. 17, formula, you take a bowl of bronze, you engrave a figure of Anubis in it, you fill it with water left to settle. And, 18, guarded, lest, the sun should reach it, you finish its, face, of the water, with fine oil. You place it on, 3, new bricks, their lower sides being sprinkled, 19, with sand, you put 4 other bricks under the child. You make the child lie down upon, his stomach, 20, you cause him, to place his chin on the brick of the vessel. You make him look into the oil, he having a cloth spread over his head, 21, there being a lighted lamp on his right, and a censer with fire on his left, you put a leaf of, 22, Anubis plant on the lamp, you put this incense on, the fire. You recite these spells, which are above, to the vessel 7 times. The incense which you put, 23, on, the fire frankincense, wax, styrax, turpentine, date stone. Grind them with wine, you make them into a, 24, ball and put them on, the fire. When you have finished, you make the child open his eyes, you ask him, saying, is the god coming in? If he says, 25, the god has come in. You recite before him, formula, thy bull. Mao, ho. Anubis, this soldier, this cam, 26, this chem. Pisrithi, bis, Srithai, bis, Abrithi is thy name. By thy correct name. 27, you ask him concerning that which you desire, when you have finished your inquiry which you are asking about. You call to him 7 times, you dismiss the god to his home. His dismissal formula, 38, farewell, bis, Anubis, the good ox herd, Anubis, bis. The son of a jackal, and a dog. Another volume Seth, the child of 29, Isis. And 7, a dog, Nabrashoth, the cherub, of Amenti, king of those of. Say 7 times. You take, 30, the lamp from, the child. You take the vessel containing water, you take the cloth off him. You do it also, 31, by vessel inquiry alone, excellent, bis, tried, tested 9 times. The Inubis plant. It grows in very numerous places, 32, its leaf is like the leaf of Syrian, plant, it turns, white, its flower is like the flower of Caniza. 33, I. Before you, the vessel. Kernel 15. 1. A potion. You take a little shaving of the head of a man who has died a violent death, 2, together with 7 grains of barley that has been buried in a grave of a dead man. You pound them with 10 oip, 3, otherwise 9, of apple seeds. You add blood of a worm, of a black dog to them, with a little, 4, blood of your second finger, that, of the heart, of your left hand, and with your semen. And you, 5, pound them together and put them into a cup of wine and add 3 yuta to it of, 6, the firstfruits of the vintage. Before you have tasted it and before they have poured out from it, and you pronounce this invocation to it 7 times, 7, and you make the woman drink it, and you tie the skin of the parasite aforesaid with a band of byssus, 8, and tie it to your left arm. Its invocation formula, I am he of Abydos in truth. 9, by formation. And, birth in her, name of Isis the bringer, of fire, she of the mercy seat of the Agathidemon. 10, I am this figure of the sun, Cytomesro is my name. I am this figure of a captain of the host, very valiant. This, 11, sword, this overthrower, the great flame is my name. I am this figure of Horus, this fortress, this sword, this, 12, overthrower, is my name. I am this figure of one drowned, that testifieth by writing. That resteth on thy other side, here under, 13, the great offering table, of Abydos, as to which, the blood of Osiris bore witness to her, name of Isis when it, the blood, was poured into, 14, this cup, this wine. Give it. Blood of Osiris, that, he, gave to Isis to make her feel love in her heart for him, 15, night and day at any time, there not being time of deficiency. Give it, the blood of N born of N, to give it, 16, to N born of N, in this cup. This bowl of wine today, to cause her to feel a love for him in her heart, 17, the love that Isis felt for Osiris, when she was seeking after him everywhere, let N, the daughter of N, feel it. 18, she seeking after N, the son of N, everywhere, the longing that Isis felt for Horus of Edfu, 19, let N, born of N, feel it, she loving him, mad after him, inflamed by him, seeking him, 20, everywhere. There being a flame of fire in her heart in her moment of not seeing him. 21, another method of doing it again. The paring, of your nails point, from an apple fruit, and blood, 22, of your finger aforesaid again. You pound the apple and put blood on it, and put it in the cup of wine, 23, and invoke it 7 times, and make the woman drink it at the moment named. 24, a spell, of going to meet a sovereign, when he fights with you and will not parley with you. 25, do not pursue me, thou. I am Papipita Metabanes. I am carrying, 26, the mummy of Osiris and I am proceeding to take it to Abydos, 27, to take it, to Tostai, and to deposit it in Alkai, if N. Deal blows at me, 28, I will cast it at him. Its invocation in Egyptian also is this as below, 29, do not pursue me, N, I am Papipeta Mechabanes. I am carrying the mummy of Osiris, 30, I am proceeding to take it to Abydos, to cause it to rest in Alka. If N, fight with me today, 31, I will cast it away. Say 7 times. Kernel. 16. 1, 2, the words of the lamp, both, Theou, ie, oue, ooe, ia, oua otherwise, Theou, ie, oe, uan, ia, oua thak, elo otherwise, elon, excellent, bis, 3, ieth, ian, purifi, ieou, ia, io, ia, iue. Come down, 4, to the light of this lamp and appear to this boy and inquire for me about that which I ask, 5, here today, iao, ialo, therentho, sycamicalo, 6, blacanspla, iae, webai, barbarathu, ieou, arpungnuf, 7, brintatanafri, he. Karhi, Bomanthur, Menabariakhuk, ia, 8, Kuk, Brinskolma, Arizarba, Mezakrif, Niptumik, 9, Morkaram, Ho. Lankuk, Omf, Brimbanayuth, 10, Sejanbai, Cook, Lycum, Armiuth. You say it, 11, it, sick, being pure, in this manner, O God that liveth, O lamp that is lighted, Tokratat, he of eternity, bring in, 12, bowl. 3 times Arbeth Abi, Autheo, O great God, bring bowl, 13, in, tat, bis, bring bowl in. 3 times. Tokratat, he of eternity, bring, 14, bowl in. 3 times. Baruthi, O great God, bring bowl in. 3 times. 15. The invocation which you pronounce before free in the morning before reciting to the boy, in order that that which thou doest may succeed. 16. O great God, Tabeo, Basukam, Amo, Akakarkan Krabounzanuni. 17. Edikamto. Kethubasa Thurith Milaalo. 7 times. 18. Another method of it again, you rise in the morning from your bed early in the day on which you will do it, or any day. 19. In order that everything which you will do shall prosper in your hand, you being pure from every abomination. You pronounce this invocation before free 3 times or 7 times. 20. Io, Tabeo, Sokomoa, Oko Konbazano, and dash. 21. Yesi, Ikamtho, Ketho, Sathuri, Thmila, Oluapakri, let everything. 22. That I shall apply my hand to hear today, let it happen. Its method. You take a new lamp in which no minium has been put and you, put, 23, a clean wick in it, and you fill it with pure genuine oil and lay it in a place cleansed with natron water and concealed, 24, and you lay it on a new brick. And you take a boy and seat him upon another new brick, his face being, 25, turned to the lamp, and you close his eyes and recite these things that are, written, above down into the boy's head 7 times. You make him, 26, open his eyes. You say to him, do you see the light? When he says to you, I see the light in the flame of the lamp, you cry at that moment saying, 27, Heu, 9 times. You ask him concerning everything that you wish after reciting the invocation that you made previously before free in the morning. 28, you do it in a place with, its, entrance open to the east, and put the face of the lamp turned, blank. You put the face of the boy, 29, turned, blank, facing the lamp, you being on his left hand. You cry down into his head, you strike his head with your second finger, that, of your, 30, right hand. Kernel 17. 1. Another method of it again, very good, for the lamp. You, say. Bowl, thrice, a, tat, the first attendant of the great God, he who gives light exceedingly. 2. The companion of the flame, in whose mouth is the flame which is not quenched, the great God that dieth not. The great God he that sitteth in the flame, who is in the midst of the flame. 3. Who is in the lake of heaven, in whose hand is the greatness and might of the God, come within in the midst of this flame and reveal thyself to this boy here today. Cause him to inquire for me concerning everything about which I shall, 4, ask him here today, for I will glorify thee in heaven before free, I will glorify thee before the moon, I will glorify thee on earth. 5. I will glorify thee before him who is on the throne, who perisheth not, he of the great glory, in whose hand is the greatness and might of the God, he of the great glory. 6. Peteri, bis, pater, emphi, bis, O great God. Who is above heaven, in whose hand is the beautiful staff, who created, deity, deity not having, 7, created him, come in to me with bowl, Enlil. Do thou give strength to the eyes of this boy who has my vessel, 8, today, cause him to see thee, cause his ears to hear thee when thou speakest. And do thou inquire for him concerning everything and every word as to which I shall ask him here today. 9, O great God Sisaouth, Akrempto, come into the midst of this flame he who sitteth on the mountain, 10, of Gabaon, Tokratat, he of eternity, he who dieth not, who liveth forever, bring bowl in, bowl, bis, 11, Arbeth Benuthi, great one. O great God, bis, bring, fetch bowl in, tat, bis, bring, fetch bowl in. You, 12, say these things 7 times down into the head of the boy, you make him open his eyes, you ask him saying, has the light appeared? 13, if it be that the light has not come forth, you make the boy himself speak with his mouth to the lamp. Formula, grow, O light, come forth, 14, O light, rise O light, lift thyself up, O light, come forth, O light of the God, reveal thyself to me, O servant of the God, in whose hand is the command of today, 15, who will ask for me. Then he reveals himself to the boy in the moment named. You recite these things down into the head of the boy, he looking, 16, towards the lamp. Do not let him look towards another place except the lamp only. If he does not look towards it, then he is afraid. 17, you do all these things, you cease from your inquiry, you return, you make him close his eyes, you speak down into his head this other, 18, invocation which is below, that is. If the gods go away and the boy ceases to see them, Archichem Phi, Zion, 19, Hele, Satrapermit, watch this boy, do not let him be frightened, terrified, or scared, and make, 20, him return to his original path. Open T, the underworld, open tie, here, dot. I say it that this vessel inquiry of the lamp is better, 21, than the beginning. This is the method again, its form, you take a new lamp in which no minium has been put and you put a wick of, 22, clean linen in it, you fill it with genuine clean oil. You place it on a new brick, you make the boy sit on another brick, 23, opposite the lamp, you make him shut his eyes, you recite down into his head according to the other method also. Another invocation which, 24, you recite towards free in the morning 3 times or 7 times. Formula, Iotabau, Sokamoa, Oak 25, Okkan, Bazano, Anisi, Ikamtho, Ketho, Sethori, 26, Thmiluluapakri may everything succeed that I shall do today, and they will, succeed. If it be that you do not apply purity to it, it does not succeed, its chief matter is purity. Another, 27, invocation like the one above again. Formula, bowl, thrice, I, a, tat, thrice, he who giveth the light exceedingly, the companion of the flame, he of the flame which does not, 28, perish, the God who liveth, who dieth not, he who sitteth in the flame. Who is in the midst of the flame who is in the lake of heaven, in whose hand is the greatness and might, 29, of the God, reveal thyself to this boy, Hiu, bis, Hio, that he may inquire for me. And do thou make him see and let him look and let him listen to everything which I, 30, ask him, for I will glorify thee in heaven, I will glorify thee on earth, I will glorify thee before him who is on the throne, who does not perish. 31, he of greatness. Peteri, bis, Emphi, bis, O great God who is above heaven, in whose hand is the beautiful staff, who created deity, 32, deity not having created him, come into the midst of this flame with bowl, Enlil, and give strength to the eyes of Hu, bis. Kernel 18. 1, of Hu, bis, the son of Hio, bis, for he shall see thee with his eyes, and thou shalt make his ears to hear, 2, and shalt speak with him of everything, he shall ask thee about it, and thou shalt tell me answer truly. For thou art the great God, 3, Sabaoth, come down with bowl, tat, bis, bring bowl in, come into the midst of this flame, 4, and inquire for me concerning that which is good. Tokratat, he of eternity, bring bowl in, 3 times, Arbeth, 5, Benuthio, O great God, bring bowl in, 3 times. You say these things down into the head of the boy. 6, you make him open his eyes, you ask him as to everything according to the method which is outside, again. 7, another, vessel inquiry which a physician in the Oxyrhynchus Nome gave me. You also make it with a vessel inquiry alone by yourself. 8, Sabanum, NN, Birabat, Ho. Bis, O God Siziaho who, art, on the mountain of Cabaho. 9, in whose hand is the creation of the showy, favor. This boy, may he enchant the light, for I am. 10, fair face another roll says, I am the face of none in the morning, Halaho at midday, I am. 11, glad of face in the evening, I am free, the glorious boy whom they call Garda by name. I am he that came forth. 12, on the arm of Trip is in the east, I am great, great is my name, great is my real name, I am O. 13, is my name, Eou is my real name, I am Lot Mulet, I have prevailed. Bis, he whose, 14, strength is in the flame, he of that golden wreath which is on his head, Thayt, Bis, 2, Bis, 15, Hatra, Bis, the dog face, Bis. Hail! Anubis, Pharaoh of the underworld, let the darkness depart. 16, bring the light in unto me to my vessel inquiry, for I am Horus, son of Osiris, born of Isis. 17, the noble boy whom Isis loves, who inquires for his father Osiris and Ophrys. Hail! Anubis, 18, Pharaoh of the underworld, let the darkness depart, bring the light in unto me to my vessel inquiry. 19, my knot, here today. May I flourish, may he flourish whose face is bent down to this vessel here today. 20, until the gods come in, and may they tell me answer truly to my question about which I am inquiring. 21, here today, truly without falsehood forthwith. Hail! Anubis, 22, O creature, child, go forth at once, bring to me the gods of this city and. 23, the God who gives answer, today, and let him tell me my question about which I am asking today. 9 times. 24, you open your eyes, or, those of, the boy and you see the light. You invoke the light, saying, Hail. 25, O light, come forth, Bis, O light, rise, Bis, O light, increase, Bis, O light, O that which is without, come in. You say it 9 times. 26, until the light increases and Anubis comes in. When Anubis comes in and takes his stand. 27, then you say to Anubis, Arise, go forth, bring in to me the gods of this city, or village. 28, then he goes out at the moment named and brings the gods in. When you know. 29, that the gods have come in, you say to Anubis, Bring in a table for the gods. 30, and let them sit down. When they are seated, you say to Anubis, Bring a wine jar in and some cakes, let them eat, let them drink. 31, while he is making them eat and making them drink, you say to Anubis, Will they inquire for me today? If he says, Yes, again, you say to him. 32, the God who will ask for me, let him put forth his hand to me and let him tell me his name. When he tells you his name, you ask him as to that which you desire. When you have ceased asking him as to that which you desire, you send them away. Kernel 19. 1. Spell, spoken to the bite of the dog. I have come forth from Arca, my mouth being full of blood of a black dog. 3. I spit it out, of a dog. O this dog, who is among the 10 dogs, 4, which belong to Anubis, the son of his body, extract thy venom, remove thy saliva, from me. Again. 5, if thou dost not extract thy venom and remove thy saliva, I will take thee. 6, up to the court of the temple of Osiris, my watchtower. I will do for thee the parapage, of birds. 7, like the voice of Isis, the sorceress, the mistress of sorcery, who bewitches everything and is not bewitched. 8, in her name of Isis the sorceress. And you pound garlic with Mao. 9, and you put it on the wound of the bite of the dog, and you address it daily until it is well. 10, spell, spoken for extracting the venom from, the heart of a man who has been made to drink a potion or 11. Hail to him. Bis, Yablu, the golden cup of Osiris. 12. Isis, and Osiris, and the great Agathidemon have drunk from thee, the three gods have drunk, I have drunk. 13. After them myself, for, dost thou make me drunk? Dost thou make me suffer shipwreck? Dost thou make me perish? 14. Dost thou cause me confusion? Dost thou cause me to be vexed of heart? Dost thou cause my mouth, 15, to speak blasphemy? May I be healed of all poison pus, and venom which have been, ed to my heart. 16. When I drink thee, may I cause them to be cast up in the name of Sarbatha, the daughter, 17, of the Agathidemon, for I am Sabra, Briatha, Brisera, her, 18, is my name. I am Horus Sharon, when he comes from receiving acclamation. Yahoo, 19, the child is my name as my real name. Pronounced, to a cup of wine, 20, and you put, fresh rue and put it to it, and you make invocation to it 7 times, and make, 21, the man drink it in the morning before he has eaten. Spell, spoken to the man, when a bone has stuck, 22, in his throat. Thou art Schlate, late, Balate, 23, the white crocodile, which is under, of the sea of fire, whose belly, 24, is full of bones of every drowned man. Thou wilt spit forth this bone for me today, which acts as, 35, a bone, which, as, a bandage, which does everything without, 26, a thing deficient, for I am, a lion's forepart, I am a ram's head. I am a leopard's tooth, 27, Griffin is my real name, for Osiris he who is in my hand, the man named, 28, is he who gives, my 7 times. You make invocation to a little oil. You, 29, put the face of the man upwards and put it, the oil, down into his mouth, and place your finger and, 30, your nail, to the 2 muscles, of his throat. You make him swallow the oil and make him, 31, start up suddenly, and you eject the oil which is in his throat immediately, 32, then the bone comes up with the oil. Spell spoken to the bite of the dog. 33, the exorcism, of Amen, and Preface, say, I am this Hikoris, strong, Shlamala, mallet, secret. 34, mighty Shiti, Greshii, Nebrent Tanban, this, dog. 35, this black, one, the dog which hath bewitched, this dog, he of these 4 bitch pups. The jackal, being, a son of Ophois. 36, O son of Anubis, hold on, by thy tooth, let fall thy humours. Thou art as the face, 37, of Set against Osiris, thou art as the face of Apop against the sun, Horus the son of Osiris, born of Isis, is he, at whom thou didst fill thy mouth, i.e. bite. 38, N, son of N, is he, at whom thou hast filled thy mouth, hearken to this speech. Horus who didst heal burning pain, who didst go to the abyss, 39, who didst found the earth, listen, O Yahoo, Sabaoth. Abiaho by name. You cleanse, the wound, you pound, 40, salt with, apply it to him. Another, you pound rue with honey, apply it, you say it also to a cup of water and make him drink it. Colonel 20. 1. Spell, spoken to the sting, 2. I am the king's son, eldest and first, Anubis. My mother Sekhmet Isis, she came after me, 3. Forth to the land of Syria, to the hill of the land of Heh, to the nome of those cannibals, saying, for, haste, Bis, quick, Bis, my child, king's son, eldest and first, Anubis, saying, arise and come, 5, to Egypt. For thy father Osiris is king of Egypt, he is ruler over, 6, the whole land. All the gods of Egypt are assembled to receive the crown from his hand. 7. The moment of saying those things she brought me a blow, fell my tail, upon me. 8. It, gathered together, it, coming to me with a sting. I sat down and, 9, wept. Isis, my mother, sat before me, saying to me, Do not, 10, weep, Bis, my child, king's son, eldest and first, Anubis, lick with thy tongue on thy heart, repeatedly. 11, far as the edges of the wound. Lick the edges of the wound. As far as the edges of thy, 12, tail. What thou wilt lick up, thou swallowest it, do not spit it out on the ground, for thy, 13, tongue is the tongue of the Agathidemon, thy tongue is that of Adam. 14, and you lick it with your tongue, while it is bleeding, immediately, thereafter, you recite to a little, 15, oil and you recite to it 7 times, you put it on the sting daily, you, 16, soak a strip of linen, you put it on it. 17, the spell, which you say to the oil to put it on the sting daily. 18, Isis sat reciting to the oil Abartat and lamenting to the true oil. 19, saying, Thou being praised, I will praise thee, O oil, I will praise. 20, thee, thou being praised by the Agathidemon, thou being applauded by me myself, I will praise thee. 21, for ever, O herb oil otherwise true oil O sweat of the Agathidemon, amulet of Geb. It is Isis who, 22, makes invocation to the oil. O true oil, O drop of rain, O water drawing of the planet Jupiter, 23, which cometh down from the sun-boat at dawn, thou wilt make the healing effect of the dew of dawn which heaven hath cast, 24, on to the earth upon every tree, thou wilt heal the limb which is paralyzed, thou wilt make a remedy, 25, for him that liveth. For I will employ thee for the sting of the king's son, eldest and first, Anubis, my child, 26, that thou mayest fill it, wilt thou not make it well? For I will employ thee for the sting of En, the son of En, 27, that thou mayest fill it. Wilt thou not make it well? 7 times. Spell spoken to fetch a bone out of a throat. 28, I am he whose head reaches the sky and his feet reach the abyss, who hath raised up this crocodile in Pizim. 29, of Thebes. For I am Sa, Sime, Tamaho, is my correct name, Anuk, Bis, saying, Hokseg, 30, is that which is in my mouth, Ibiseg is that which is in my belly. Saying, Hope of God, bone of man, bone of bird, bone of fish, 31, bone of animal, bone of everything, there being nothing besides, paying, that which is in thy belly let it come to thy heart. That which is in thy heart, 32, let it come to thy mouth, that which is in thy mouth, let it come to my hand here today, for I am he who is in the 7 heavens, who standeth, 33, in the 7 sanctuaries, for I am the son of the God who liveth. Say it, to a cup of water 7 times, thou causest the woman, sick, to drink it. Colonel 21. 1. The vessel inquiry of Osiris. 2. Hail to him. Osiris, king of the underworld, lord of burial, whose head is in this, and his feet in Thebes, he who giveth answer, in Abydos, 3, whose is, in Pashalom, he who is under the nubs tree in Meroe, who is on the mountain of Paranos, who is on my house to eternity, for the house of Netbu forever, he whose countenance is as the resemblance of the face of a hawk of linen, mighty one whose tail is the tail of a serpent, 5, whose back is the back of a crocodile, whose hand is a man's, who is girded with this girdle of bandage, in whose hand is this wand of command, 6, hail to him Iaho, Sabaho, Adonai, Mistimu, Iu. Hail to him, Michael, Sabael, 7, hail to him, Anubis in the nome of the dog faces, he to whom this earth belongs, who carries a wound on 1 foot, 8, hide the darkness in the midst, bring in the light for me, come into me, tell me the answer to that about which I am inquiring here today, 9 times, 9, until the God come and the light appear. You must do it in the manner of the remainder as above again, the boy's face being to the east and your own face to the west, you call down into his head. 10. The method, of the scarab of the cup of wine, to make a woman love a man. You take a fish-faced scarab, this scarab brings small and having no horn, it wearing 3 plates, 11, on the front of its head, you find its face thin, outwards or again that which bears 2 horns. You take it at the rising of the sun. You bind yourself with a cloth on the upper part of your back, 12, and bind yourself on your face with a strip of palm fiber, the scarab being on the front of your hand. And you address it before the sun when it is about to rise, 7 times. When you have finished, you drown it, 13, in some milk of a black cow, you approach its head with a hoop of olive wood, you leave it till evening in the milk. When evening comes, you, 14, take it out, you spread its under part with sand, and put a circular strip of cloth under it upon the sand, unto 4 days, you do frankincense burning before it. When the 4 days have passed, and it is dry, 15, you take it before you, lit. Your feet, there being a cloth spread under it. You divide it down its middle with a bronze knife, you take its right half, and your nails of your right hand and foot, 16, you cook them on a new potsherd with vine wood, you pound them with 9 apple pips together with your urine or your sweat free from oil, 17, of the bath. You make it into a ball and put it in the wine, and speak over it 7 times, and you make the woman drink it. And you take its other half, the left one, together with your nails of your left hand, 18, and foot also, and bind them in a strip of fine linen, with myrrh and saffron, and bind them to your left arm. And lie with the woman with them bound upon you. 19. If you wish to do it again without its being drowned, then you do it again on the 3rd of the lunar month. You do it in this manner that is above for it again. You pronounce its invocation to it before the sun in the morning, you cook it, 20, you divide it, you do it according to that which is above again in everything. The invocation, which you pronounce to it before the sun in the morning, thou art this scarab of real lapis lazuli, I have taken thee out of the door of my temple, thou carriest. 21, of bronze to thy nose, that can eat. The herbage that is trampled, the field plants, that are injured for the great images of the men of Egypt. I dispatch thee to N, born of N, 22, to strike her from her heart to her belly, bis, to her entrails, bis, to her womb. For she it is who hath wept. Before the sun in the morning, she saying to the sun, Come not forth, to the moon, rise not, to the water, come not to the men of Egypt, to the fields, grow not green, and to the great trees of the men of Egypt, flourish not. 24, I dispatch thee to N, born of N, to injure her from her heart unto her belly, bis, unto her entrails, bis, unto her womb, and she shall put herself on the road, after N, born of N at every time, 25, the spell, that you pronounce to it, while it is in the milk, woe, great, bis, woe, my, great, woe, his. None, woe, his, love. O scarab, bis, thou art the eye of free, the heart. 26, of Osiris, the open hand. Of Shu, thou approachest in this condition in which Osiris thy father went, on account of N, born of N, until fire is put to her heart in the flame, 27, to her flesh, until she shall follow. N, born of N, unto every place in which he is. The spell, which you utter to it when you cook it, O my beautiful child, the youth of oil-eating, 28, thou who didst cast semen and who dost cast semen among all the gods, whom he that is little, and he that is great found among the 2 great Enneads in the east of Egypt, 29, who cometh forth as a black scarab on a stem of papyrus reed, I know thy name, I know thy. The work of 2 stars, is thy name. 30, I cast forth fury upon thee today, Nephilim, Bala, Baca, Iaphi, for every burning, every heat, every fire that thou makest, 31, today, thou shalt make them in the heart, the lungs, the liver, the spleen, the womb, the great viscera, the little viscera, the ribs, the flesh, the bones, in every limb, 32, in the skin of N, born of N until she follow. N, born of North to every place in which he is. The spell, that you pronounce to it in the wine, O scarab, bis, thou art the scarab, 33, of real lapis lazuli. Thou art the eye of free, thou art the eye of Adam, the open hand, of Shu, the heart. Of Osiris, thou art that black bull, the first, that came forth from Nun, 34, the beauty of Isis being with thee, thou art Rax, Raparax, the blood of this wild boar, which they brought from the land of Syria unto Egypt. To the wine, 35, I send thee, wilt thou go on my errand? Wilt thou do it? Thou sayest, send me to the thirsty, that his thirst may be quenched, and to the canal that it may be dried up, and to the sand of Thesnit that it may be scattered without, 36, wind, and to the papyrus of Buto that the blade may be applied to it. While Horus is saved for Isis, catastrophes grow great for the Egyptians, so that not a man or woman is left in their midst. I, 37, send thee, do like unto these, I send thee down to the heart of En, born of En. And do thou make fire in her body, flame in her entrails, put the madness to her heart, 38, the fever, to her flesh, let her make the pursuit of the shoulder constellation after the hippopotamus constellation. Let her make, 39, the movements of the sunshine after the shadow, she following after En, born of north to every place in which he is, she loving him, she being mad for him, she not knowing the place of the earth in which, 40, she is. Take away her sleep by night, give her lamentation and anxiety by day, let her not eat, let her not drink, let her not sleep, let her not eat under, 41, the shade of her house until she follow him to every place in which he is, her heart forgetting, her eye flying, her glance turned. She not knowing the place, 42, of the earth in which she is, until she see him, her eye after his eye, her heart after his heart, her hand after his hand, she giving to him every. Let fly. The tip of her feet, 43, after his heels in the street at all times without fail at any time. Quick, bis, hasten, bis, dot. Colonel 22. 1. Behold. Spell, of the name of the great of five which they pronounce to every spirit. There is none that is, 2, stronger than it in the books. If you pronounce these charms to any vessel, 3, then the gods depart not before you have questioned them concerning every word and they have told you, 4, the answer about heaven, earth, and the underworld, a distant inquiry. Water, 5, and, the fields. A charm which is in the power, of a man to pronounce. Colonel 23. 1. A spell to inflict catalepsy. Formula. 2. You take an ass's head, and you place it between your feet opposite the sun in the morning when it is about to rise, 3, opposite it again in the evening when it goes to the setting. And you anoint your right foot with setstone, 4, of Syria, and your left foot with clay, the soles of your foot also, and place your right hand, 5, in front and your left hand behind, the head being between them. You anoint your hand, of your 2 hands, with ass's blood, 6, and the 2 fnz of your mouth, and utter these charms towards the sun in the morning and evening of 4 days, then, 7, he sleeps. If you wish to make him die, you do it for 7 days, you do its magic, you bind a thread of palm fiber, 8, to your hand, a mat, of wild palm fiber to your phallus and your head, very excellent. This is the invocation which you utter before the sun, 9, I invoke thee who art in the void air, terrible, invisible, 10, almighty, God of gods dealing destruction and making desolate, O thou that hatest, 11, a household well established. When thou wast cast out of Egypt and out of, 12, the country thou wast entitled, he that destroyeth all and is unconquered. 13, I invoke thee, Typhon Set, I perform thy ceremonies of divination, 14, for I invoke thee by thy powerful name in, words, which thou canst not, 15, refuse to hear. Io Erbeth, Lopakerbeth, Iobokaseth, Iopatathnax, 16, Iosoro, Ianbudasulith, Actiofi, Ereskigal, Nebuposoleth, 17, Abramenthu, Lurthexanax, Ethraluth, Nemariba, Emina, 18, entirely. Come to me and approach and strike down him or her with frost and, 19, fire, he has wronged me, and has poured out the blood of Typhon, beside, him, 20, or her, therefore I do these things. Common form. 21, to divine, opposite the moon. You do it by vessel inquiry alone or, with, a child. If it is you who will inquire, you fill your eye, 22, with green eye paint, and, stibium, you stand on a high place, on the top of your house, you address the moon when it fills, 23, the Yuzat on the 15th day, you being pure for 3 days. You pronounce this invocation to the moon 7 or 9 times until he appear to you, 34, and speak to you, Ho. Sax, Ammonius, Sax, Abrasax, for thou art the moon, 25, the chief of the stars, he that did form them, listen to the things that I have said, follow the words of my mouth, reveal thyself to me, then, 26, Thana, Thanatha, otherwise they, this is my correct name. 9 times, of saying it until she, sick, reveal herself to thee. 27, another form of it again, to be pronounced to the moon. You paint your eye with this paint, you, going up before the moon when it fills the Yuzat, then you see the figure of the god in the Yuzat, 28, speaking unto you, I am Ha, Qo, Amro, my Mt, meat is my name, for I am, by, so, Akanikup, 29, Melk, Ak, Hi, Melk is my true. Bis. Eternity, I am Kelbai, Setet, Ken. Nefer is my name, Sro, Ashenbet, is my correct name. 30, say it 9 times. You stand opposite the moon, your eye being filled with this ointment. Green eye paint, and, stibium, grind with Syrian honey and put the gall of a chick, 31, full grown to it, and put it on a thing of glass, and lay it, by, for yourself in a hidden place till the time when you are ready for it. Then you do it again as above. Kernel 24. 1a, for catalepsy. Another, 2a, flour of wild dates, 3a, which has been beaten up, with milk, 4a. 5a, you make them up together into a ball, and, put in the wine. 1, a medicament, when you wish to drug a man tested. 2, scammony root, 1 dram, 3, opium, 1 dram, pound with milk. 4, you make it into a ball and put it into some food. 5, which is cooked, and let him eat it, then he is upset. 6, another, when you wish to make a man sleep for 2 days. 7, mandragora root, 1 ounce. 8, licorice, 1 ounce. 9, hyoscyamus, 1 ounce. 10, ivy, 1 ounce. 11, you pound them like, a lot measure of wine. If you wish to do it cleverly. 12, you take 4 portions to each one of them with an eutta of wine. 13, you moisten them from morning to evening, you clarify them. 14, you make them drink it, very good. Another, the 4th, pips. Of, 15, apple, 1 stater, 1 kite, pound with flour. 16, you make it into a cake. You make the man eat it, whom you wish. 17, a medicament for making a man sleep, very good. 18, pips, of apple, 1 stater, 1 drachma, mandragora root, 4 drachmas. 19, ivy. 4 drachmas, pound together, you put 15, 20, eutta of wine to it, you put it into a glass glyt. 21, you keep it. If you wish to give it, you put a little into a cup of wine. 22, you give it to the man. Ivy, it grows in gardens. 23, its leaf is like the leaf of shecam, being divided into 3 lobes. 24, like a vine leaf, the leaf, is 1 palm in measurement, its blossom, 25, is like silver. Another says gold. Another, gall of an Alexandrian weasel. 26, you add it to any food. Another, a 2-tailed lizard. 27, a medicament for catalepsy, gall of cerastes, pips, of western apples, herb of clove. 28, pound them together. Make into a pill, put it into the food. 29, another, you put camel's blood with the blood of a dead man. 30, into the wine, you make the man drink it, then he dies. 31, another, you put a nightjar's blood into his eye, then he is blinded. 32, another, you put a bat's blood, this is the manner of it again. 33, another, you drown a hawk in a jar of wine, you make the man drink it. 34, then it does its work. A shrew mouse, in the same way, it does. 35, its work also. Its gall also, you add it to the wine. 36, then it does its work very much. You put the gall, 37, of an Alexandrian weasel into any food, then it does its work. You put a, 38, two-tailed lizard into the oil and you cook it with it. You anoint, 39, the man with it, then it does its work. Kernel 25. 1. The words of the lamp for inquiry of the boy. 2. Formula, te, ik, tatak, the. 3. Sati, santaskal, chromacat. 4. Pataxarai, kalopankit, aetui. 5. Makatsitakat, hatti, hataro, eoe. 6. How? May they say to me in answer to everything concerning which I ask here today. 7. For I am Harpocrates in Mendes, for I am Isis the wise. 8. The speech of my mouth comes to pass. Say 7 times. You take a new lamp. 9. You put a clean linen wick into it brought from a temple. 10. And you set it on a new brick, brought from the mold, and clean, on which, 11, no man has mounted, you set it upright. You place the lamp. 12. On it, you put genuine oil in it, or oasis oil. 13. And you set 2 new bricks under you, you place the boy between. 14. Your feet, you recite the charms aforesaid down into the head of the boy. 15. Your hand being over his eyes, you offer myrrh upon a willow leaf. 16. Before the lamp. You do it in a dark place, the door of it. 17. Opening to the east or the south. And no cellar being underneath it. 18. You do not allow the light to come into the place aforesaid, you purify the said place beforehand. 19. You push the boys back to the opening of the niche. When you have finished, you recite a charm. 20. Bringing your hand over his eyes, a boy who has not yet gone with a woman. 21. Is he, whom you make come before you, you question him, saying, what do you see? 22. Then he tells you about everything that you ask him. 23. A method to put the heart of a woman after a man, done in 1 moment, and it comes to pass instantly. You take, 24, a swallow, alive, together with a hoopoe, both, alive. Ointment made for them. 25. Blood, of a male ass, blood of the tick, of a black cow, you anoint. 26. Their heads with lotus ointment, you utter a cry before the sun in his moment of rising. 27. You cut off the heads of the 2. You take the heart out of the right ribs. 28. Of both of them, you anoint it with the ass's blood and the blood of the tick, of a black cow. 29. As aforesaid. You put them into an ass's skin, you lay them in the sun until they, 30, are dry for 4 days. When the 4 days have passed, you pound them, you put them into a, 31, box, you lay it in your house. When you wish to make a woman love a man, you take, 32, the shaving, of a pleasure wood. You recite these correct names before them. 33, you put it into a cup of wine or beer, you give it to the woman and she drinks it. 34, I am Byra, Akel, Laak, Sasmarialo. 35, Please Plun, Ion, Sabathel, Sasupu. 36, Nethi. Put the heart of N, born of N, after N, born of N, in. 37, these hours today. 7 times. You do it on the 14th of the lunar month. Very excellent. Kernel 26. 1. Another invocation again of this cup of wine. 2. Byrakethet. 3. Samara. 4. Pilpian. 5. Iahout. 6. Sabaoth. 7. 8. Saponathos. 9. Another invocation belonging to it again, in another book. 10. I am Barakathat. 11. Lathat. 12. Sasmara. 13. Pliprin. 14. Taku. 15. Sabakot. 16. Sasapunatha. 17. Send the heart of N, after. 18. Sasapunathas. Kernel 27. 1. Another vessel divination, to be done, alone, for seeing the bark of free. The invocation which you recite, open to me O, heaven, mother of the gods. 2. Let me see the bark of free going up and going down in it. For I am Geb, heir of the gods, prayer is what I make before free my father. 3. On account of a thing that hath proceeded from me. O Heknet, Great One, Lady of the Shrine, the Rishtret open to me, Mistress of Spirits, for, open to me primal heaven. Let me worship the angels. For I am Geb, heir of the gods. Hail! Ye 7 kings, ho! Ye 7, 5, Monts, bull that engendereth, Lord of strength, that enlighteneth the earth, soul of the abyss. Ho! Lion as lion of, the abyss, bull of the night, 6, hail! Thou that rulest the people of the east, noun, great one, lofty one, hail! Soul of a ram, soul of the people of the west, hail! Soul of souls, 7, bull of the night. Bull, of, 2, bulls, son of Nut. Open to me, I am the piercer of earth, he that came forth from Geb, hail! I am, 8, I, he, ho, I am Anipo, Miripuri, Mot. I be, Tibai, 9, great, Arui. Ou. Iaho. The spirit gathering, blood of a smun goose, blood of a hoopoe, blood of a night jar, 10, nkmu plant, senepeplant, great of amen plant, kazank stone, genuine lapis lazuli, myrrh, footprint. Of Isis plant. Pound and make into a ball, and paint, 11, your eyes with it upon, a goat's tear. With a pleasure wood, of ani or ebony, you tie yourself at your side, 12, with a strip, of male palm fiber. 13, the way of making the vessel inquiry of the lamp. You take a clean bright lamp without putting minium, or, gum water into it. Its wick being of fine linen, you fill it with genuine oil, 14, or oil of dew, you tie it with 4 threads of linen which have not been cooked, you hang it on an east wall, on, 15, a peg of bay wood, you make the boy stand before it. He being pure and not having gone with a woman, you cover his eyes with your hand, 16, you light the lamp and you recite down into his head, unto 7 times, you make him open his eyes, you ask him, saying, what are the things which you have seen? 17, if he says, I have seen the gods about the lamp, then they tell him answer concerning that which they will be asked, if you wish to do it by yourself alone. 18, you fill your eyes with the ointment aforesaid, you stand up opposite the lamp when alight, you recite to it 7 times with your eyes shut, when yon have finished. You open, 19, your eyes, then you see the gods behind, you speak with them concerning that which you desire, you ought to do it in a dark place. The invocation which you recite, 20, formula, I am main by, Gethethoni, Kabakel. Let me worship thee, the child of Arpathnapra, 21, Pyalesa, Nurafarisa, Teni-irissa, Sai, Irissa, 22, Jimichurafuzese, Akmatsisa, Oriobazagra, Perteamek, 23, Paragomek, Sakmeth, come into me. And inquire for me about the inquiry which I am inquiring about, truthfully without, 24, falsehood. Its spirit gathering, the ointment which you put on your eyes. When you are about to make any divination by the lamp, 25, you take some flowers of the Greek bean, you find them in the place of the lupin cellar, you take them fresh. 26, and put them into a lock of glass, you close its mouth very carefully for 20 days in a hidden dark place, after, 27, 20 days you take it forth. You open it, then you find a pair of testicles and a phallus inside it, you leave it for 40 days, and you take it, 28, forth, you open it, then you find that it has become bloody, you must put it into something of glass. And you put the glass thing into a pottery, thing, 29, in a place hidden at all times. When you wish to make a divination, by the lamp with it, you fill your eyes with this blood aforesaid, you proceed to lie down. 30, or you stand opposite the lamp, you recite this invocation aforesaid, then you see the god behind you, while you are standing up or lying down. Excellent, bis, and tried. 31, you write this name on the strip of the wick of the lamp in myrrh ink, Bakuksikuk, or, as says another book. Chemithero Fossi, 32, this method which is written above is the method, of the divination of Murabai. If you wish to do it, 33, by inquiry of the lamp, this also is the form. It is also profitable for, the divination of Murabi. If you do it, 34, by vessel inquiry of the lamp, you fill the lamp aforesaid on a new brick, you make the boy stand upright, 35, before the lamp. He having his face covered, you recite to his head, standing over him, this Greek invocation, when you have finished, you uncover, 36, his face, then he answers you truthfully. Kernel 28. 1. Another mode of vessel inquiry, alone. Formula, I am the Lord of Spirits, Oridimbai, Sonadir, Episkes, Emime, 2, Thogomfer, Phiram Funi is thy name. Mimi, Bibiu, Bis, Thethoni, I am Eubased, Ptho, 3, Balkhem born of Binui, Sphi, Phaz, I am Baptho, Gamisatra is thy name, Mimio, 4, Ionum. Its spirit gathering, you go to a clean place, you take a vessel of bronze, you wash it with water of natron, you put a lock measure, 5, of oil to it, you place it on the ground, you light a bronze lamp, you put it on the ground by the bronze vessel. 6. You cover yourself with a clean linen robe, you and the vessel, you recite into the vessel, your eyes being shut, for 7 times, you open your eyes, 7, you ask it concerning that which you wish. If you wish to make the gods of the vessel speak with you with their mouths to your mouth, you cry, Iaho, 8, if, Eoe, Kintathor, Nefer, Apho. Then they make answer to you concerning everything concerning which you will ask of it again. If they do not tell you answer, you recite, 9, this other name, Gogathix, Mentunabo, Kokiroder, Dondroma, Lephoker, 10, Kephersor. If you recite these, then they inquire for you truthfully. 11. Another vessel inquiry. You put vegetable oil into it, you must proceed as above. Formula, speak unto me, Bis, Hamset, God of the gods of darkness, 12, every demon, every shade that is in the west and the east, he that hath died hath done it. Rise up to me, Bis, O thou living soul, O thou breathing soul, may, 13, my vessel go forth, my not, here today, for the sake of the vessel of Isis the Great, who inquireth for her husband, who seeketh for her brother. Menash, Bis, 14, Menanth, Bis, dot. Say, Menash, Bis, Menanth, Bis, Phoni, Bis, a multitude of times, and you say to the boy, say, 15, depart, O darkness, come to me O light and open your eyes at once. Then the gods come in and tell the answer to everything. Kernel 29. 1. Behold a form of inquiry of the sun, of which they say it is well tested. Its spirit gathering, you take a young boy who is pure, you make the spirit formula. 2. Which is written for it, you take him before the sun. You make him stand on a new brick at the moment at which, 3, the sun shall rise, and it comes up entirely with the entire disk, you put a new mat, of linen behind him, you, 4, make him shut his eyes, you stand upright over him. You recite down into his head. You strike down on, 5, his head with your RA finger of your right hand, after filling his eye with the paint which you made before, 6, Nasira, Oapkes, Shvi, Bis, Bibiu, Bis, is thy true name, Bis, Lotus. Open to me heaven, 7, in its breadth and height, bring to me the light which is pure. Let the God come to me, who has the command, and let him say to me, 8, answer to everything which I am asking here today, in truth without falsehood therein. Arknutsi, Etail, Tal, 9, Nasira, Yarmek, Nazera, Amptho, Ko, Amamarker, Tel, Yeo, 10, Nasira, Hakia, Lotus, Xisif, Aho, Atone, I. O, Bulbel, 11, let the pure light come to me, let the boy be enchanted, let answer be given me. Let the God who has the command come to me and tell, 12, me answer to everything about which I shall ask, in truth without falsehood therein. Thereafter you recite his compulsion another, 13, 7 times, his eyes being shut. Formula, C. Si. Pi. Therapy S. A, E, O, Nkab, 14, Rabayat, Facthiup, Anasan, Krana, Crotries, Ima 15, Tariphne, Araphnu, come to the boy, let the God who has the command come to him, let him tell me answer to everything, 16, which I shall ask here today. If the light is slow to come within, you say, Ku, Salsoatha, Ipple, 17, Serba, 7 times, you put frankincense on the brazier, you utter this great name after all those, you utter it, 18, from beginning to end, and vice versa, 4 times, Abathiabathabathoba, 19, you say, let the boy see the light, let the God who has the command come in. Let him tell me answer to everything about which I shall ask, 20, here today, in truth without falsehood therein. Behold, another form of it again. You take the boy to an upper lofty, 21, place, you make him stand in a place where there is a large window before him, its opening looking to the east where the sun shines, 22, in rising into it. You paint the boy's eye with the paint which is prescribed for it, you recite to him. Times or 7 times, you stand over him. You make him, 23, gaze before the sun when it fills the Yuzat, he standing upright on a new brick, there being a new linen robe behind him, and his eyes being closed, 24, you recite down into his head. You strike on his head with your finger described above, you offer frankincense, before him, when you have finished you make him open his eyes, 25, then he sees the gods behind him, speaking with him. The ointment, which you put in the boy's eyes when he goes to any vessel inquiry of the sun, 26. You take 2, of the river both alive, you bum one of them with vine wood before the sun, you put the blood of the other 2. 27, you pound it with myrrh, you make them into a pill, they measuring 1 finger, in length, you put into his eyes, you take a coal pot, of, and a coal stick, of, 28, lel. You pound this drug with a little set stone, of Ethiopia and with Egyptian vine water, you fill your eyes with it, you, 29, fill your eyes with this drug, you look towards the sun when it fills the Yuzat. Your eyes being open towards it, then he appears to you, he gives you answer. 30, to everything. Its chief point is purity, it is profitable for the boy, and it is profitable to you yourself as a person, acting, alone. Verso Kernel 1. 1, eyebrow of Ra, Phyro lambda omicron upsilon, 3, eyebrow of the moon. Phyro sigma epsilon lambda nu eta, 3, these are some herbs. 4, heliogonin. 5, selenogonin. 6, these are some herbs. 7, spurge, 8, which is that small herb that is in the gardens, 9, and which exudes milk, 10, if you put its milk on a man's skin, 11, it causes a blister. Verso Kernel 2. 1, camemelin. Clean straw is its name. 2, leucanthemon. Prickhorse is its name. 3, chrysanthemon. None is better than I is its name. 4, chrysanthemon, fine face is its name, otherwise said, the gold flower, 5, of the wreath seller, its leaf is strong, its stem is cold, 6, its flower is golden, its leaf is like chrysanthemon. 7, magnesia, 8, magnesia. 9, a stone of black like, 10, stibium, when you grind it, it is black. 11, magnus. Magnesia viva, it is brought, i.e. imported. 12, macnes. When you scrape it, it is black. 13, macnes of man. It is brought, 14, from India. When you scrape it, 15, it exudes blood. 16, to drug, your enemy. 17, an apsh beetle, you burn it with styrax. 18, you pound it together with 1 drachma of apple. 19, and a. And you. 20, and you put a. Verso Kernel 3. 1, medicament, for a catalepsy. Gall of Ceres, tes, 2, pips, of western apples, herb of clo. 3, grind them together, make into a ball, put it into wine, and drink. 4, lees of wine. 5, it is a white stone like. 6, galbanum. There is another sort which is made, 7, into lime. The way to know it, 8, that it is genuine is this: you grind a little, 9, with water, you rub it on the skin, 10, of a man for a short time. Then it, 11, removes the skin. 12, its name in Greek, Phyro Omicron Sigma Lambda Eta Nu Omicron Nu. 13, foam of the moon, it is a white stone. 14, a medicament for making a woman love a man, fruit, of acacia. 15, grind with honey, anoint his phallus with it. 16, you, sick, lie with the woman. 17, foam of the moon, this is a white stone like. 18, glass, when, it is rubbed into fragments like orpiment. Verso Col 4. 1, medicament for an ear that is watery. 2, salt, heat with good wine. 3, you apply to it after cleansing it first. 4, you scrape salt, heat with wine. 5, you apply to it for 4 days. 6, sigma alpha lambda alpha mu delta rho alpha. 7, a small lizard. 8, which is of the color of chrysolite. 9, it has no feet. 10, ram's horn, kappa epsilon phi alpha lambda iota kappa is its name. 11, a herb which is like a wild fennel bush. 12, its leaf and its stem are incised like. 13, the love man plant, you pound it when it is dry, you gather it. 14, you make it into a dry powder, you apply it to any wound, then it is cured. Styrax. 16, it grows like slum. 17, as to its leaf, its seed is twisted. 18, like the ram's horn plant, it bearing. 19, a small spine at its end. Verso Col 5. 1, a medicament to stop blood, juice of Great Nile, plant. 2, together with beer, you make the woman drink it in the morning. 3, before she has eaten, then it stops. 4, the way to know it of a woman whether she is enceinte, you make the woman. 5, pass her water on this herb as above again. 6, in the evening, when the morning comes, and if you find the plant. 7, scorched, she will not conceive. If you find it. 8, flourishing, she will conceive. 9, a medicament to stop blood, leaf of shisha. 10, leaf of flybrons, fresh, pound, put it. 11, on you, you lie with the woman. Another, myrrh. 12, garlic, gall of a gazelle. Pound with. 13, old scented wine, put it on you, you lie with her. 14, asphodillos. 15, otherwise called wild onion. 16, kelkib. 17, otherwise called wild garlic. Verso Col 6. 1, a remedy to cure water in a woman. The first remedy, salt and oil, pound, apply to the vulva, daily, 2 days. 2, after the 2 days, the second remedy, white lead, you pound it with a little pigment from an oil dealer. 3, very carefully, you put true oil of fine quality to it, together with an egg and pound them. You take a strip. 4, of linen cloth which is fine spun. You dip it in this medicament. She must bathe in the bath, she must. 5, wash in good wine, you put the medicated strip on her, you draw it in, and. 6, out of her vulva for a short time, like the phallus of a man. Until the medicament. 7, spreads, you remove it, you leave her till evening. When evening comes, you dip a bandage in genuine honey. 8, you put it on her until morning. For 3, otherwise said 4 days. Verso Col 7. 1, another to follow it, juice of a cucumber which has been rubbed down. 1 ladleful, water of the ears of a clee animal. 1 ladleful, like the ladle. 2, of a wine cup, you add a eutta measure of good wine to them. And she drinks it at midday, before she has. 3, eaten anything whatever, after bathing in the bath, which she has done before. When evening comes, you put the rag. 4, with honey on her as above for 7 days. Another to follow, you take a new dish, you put. 5, 10 eutta measures of old sweet wine on it, you put a half kite of fresh rue on it from. 6, dawn till midday, let her bathe in the bath, and come out and drink it. When it is evening. 7, you put honey on her as above again for 7 days. Verso Col 8. 1, gout. 2. You make the man sit down, you place clay under the feet of the man. 3. You put to it, his feet resting on it, you ask, for, the man, saying, has it hearkened, for 3 days. Thereafter you take an ant. 5. You cook it in oil of henna, you anoint his feet. 6. With it. When you have finished, you take Alexandrian figs and dried grapes. 7. And potentilla, you pound them with wine, you anoint him besides. 8. These. And you blow on him with your mouth. Verso Col 9. 1. Another. 2. 1 kite of euphorbia. 3. 1/2 kite of pepper. 4. 1 stater, of pyrethrum. 5. 1 stater, of adarses. 6. Native sulfur, 1 stater. 7. Any wine 6 staters. 8. Genuine oil. You pound them. 9. You make them into a poultice, apply to the part. 10. Which is painful of the man. Verso Col 10. 1. Another talisman for the foot of the gouty man. 2. You write these names on a strip. 3. Of silver or tin, you put it. 4. On a deer skin, you bind it to the foot. 5. Of the man named, delta mu alpha lambda phi iota omicron nu, with the 2 feet. 6. Theta epsilon mu beta alpha phi alpha theta epsilon mu. 7. Omicron upsilon rho epsilon mu beta rho epsilon nu omicron upsilon tau iota pi epsilon. 8. Alpha iota omicron chi theta omicron upsilon. 9. Sigma epsilon mu alpha rho alpha theta epsilon mu omicron upsilon. 10. Nu alpha iota omicron upsilon. Let n, son of n, recover. 11. From every pain which is in his feet and 2 legs. 12. You do it when the moon is in the constellation of Leo. Verso Col 11. 1. Remedy for a foot. 2. Garlic, frankincense. 3. Old. 4. Genuine oil, pound, together, anoint him. 5. With it. When it is dry, you wash it. 6. With cold water, then he recovers. 7. Remedy for a foot which is much sprained, very excellent. 8. You wash his foot with juice of cucumber. 9. You rub it well on his foot. 10. Another, sycamore figs, of, fruit, of acacia. 11. Persea fruit. Pound, together, apply, it, to him. Verso Col 12. 1. 2. I am the great Shay, otherwise said, the great Sherry, who makes magic for the great Tripis, the lady of Ku. 3. Lol my lol, the water of thy brother. Is that which is in my mouth, the fat of Hathor, worthy of love, is. 4. That which is in my heart yearns, my heart loves. The longing such as a she-cat. 5. Feels for a male cat, a longing such as a she-wolf feels for a he-wolf, a longing such as a bitch feels for. 6. A dog, the longing which the god, the son of Sopt, felt for Moses going to the hill of Ninaritos. 7. To offer water unto his God, his Lord, his Yahweh, Sabaoth, his Glemir Muse, Pleriub, Esmi. 8. Aphrodisiacs, Senklilet N, daughter of N, feel it for N, son of N. 9. Let her feel a yearning, a love, a madness great, she seeking for him, going, to every place. The fury. 10. Of Yahweh, Sabaoth, Horio, Pantocrator, and Torgator. 11. Arbanthala, Thalo, the lax, for I cast fury upon you. Verso Col 13. 1. Of the great gods of Egypt, fill your hands with flames and fire, employ it, cast it on the heart of En, daughter of En. 2. Waste her away, thou, demon, take her sleep, thou, man of Amenti. May the house. 3. Of her father and her mother, and, the places where she is, call out, there is flame of fire. 4. To her, while she speaks, saying, have mercy, she standing outside and murmuring, have mercy. For I am an agent, of Geb. 5. Horus Ron Free is my name, tear her name out of Egypt for 40 days, 33 months, 175 days, the complement of 6 months. 6. Jair, the, Pisitu, Ekoimi, Adam. 7 times. Dung of crocodile. A little placenta, of a she-ass. 7. Together with Sicimbrium. 7 oipi of antelope's dung, the gall of a male goat. And first fruits of oil, 8, you heat them with stalks of flax. You recite to it 7 times for 7 days, you anoint your phallus, 9, with it, you lie with the woman, you anoint the breast, of the woman also. 10, to cause a woman to love her husband, pods of acacia, pound with honey, anoint your phallus with it, 11, and lie with the woman. To make a woman amare coitum sum. Foam of a stallion's mouth. Anoint your phallus with it and lie with the woman. Verso Col 14. 1. To make. 2. Alum, 1 dram, 3. Pepper, 1 dram, 4. mhnknwt, dried, 4 drams, 5. Satyrium, 4 drams, 6. Pound together into a dry medicament, do your business with it, 7. Like that which you know with any woman. Verso Col 15. 1. The names of the gods whom you want, when you are about, to bring in a criminal, by vase questioning. 2. Moskeli, Maskello, Fnaucantabeo, 3. Prexiktho, Perichthon, Peripeganex, 4. Ariobasagra, otherwise Obasagra. 5. This name you utter it before a ship that is about, to founder on account of the names, 6, of Dioscoros, which are within, and it is safe. You recite them to the bowl, of Adonai, which is written, 7, outside. It will do a mighty work. Bringing in a criminal. Verso Col 16. A row of figures, viz. 3 scarabs, 3 hawks, and 3 goats. 1. Army out, otherwise armiouth, sit hani, out hani, 2. Bariamnoi, sobertat, burbat, mesirathat, 3. Amsiatharmathat, bring in, daughter of En. Out of her abodes, 4. In which she is, to any house and any place which En, son of En, is in, she loving him and craving for him, 5. She making the gift of his desire, at every moment. You write this in myrrh ink on a strip, 6, of clean fine linen, and you put it in a clean new lamp, which is filled with genuine oil, 7, in your house from evening till morning. If you find a hair of the woman to put in the wick, it is excellent. Verso Col 17. 1. A spell to bring, a woman, to a man, and, to send dreams, otherwise said, to dream dreams, also. 2. A line of symbols or secret signs. 3. You write this on a rush leaf and you place it under your head, you go to sleep. Then, 4. It makes dreams and it sends dreams. If you will do it to send dreams, you put it, the leaf, on the mouth of a mummy. 5. It brings a woman also, you write this name on the rush leaf with the blood of a or a hoopoe. 6. And you put the hair of the woman in the leaf, and put it on the mouth of the mummy, and you write on the earth with this name. Saying, bring, 7, En, daughter of En, to the house and the sleeping place in which is En, son of En, 8, now it is also an alpha gamma omega gamma iota mu omicron nu. Verso Col 18. 1, 2, 3. 4. Reveal thyself to me, God N. 5, and speak to me concerning that which I shall ask thee, 6, truthfully, without telling me, 7, falsehood. Saffron, 2, measures, 8, stibium of Coptos, 2, measures, 9, pound together with blood of a lizard, 10, make into a ball, and rub it with milk, 11, of one who has borne a male child. Put it in his right eye, you make invocation to him. 13, before any lamp or the shoulder constellation in the evening. Verso Col 19. 1. A spell for bringing a woman out of her house. You take a, 2, of a wild she-cat, you dry it, you take a heel tendon. Of a which has been 3, drowned, you fashion a ring the body. Bezel, of which is variegated, with gold, in the form of 2. 4, lions, their mouths being open. The face of each being turned to the other, you put some. Its face. 5, if you wish to bring a woman to you at any time, you place the ring on the upper part of a lamp, 6, which is lighted, you say. Bring Anne, daughter of North to this place, 7, in which I am, quickly in these moments of today. Then she comes at once. Verso Col 20. 1. To heal ophthalmia, in a man. Ho. Ammon, this lofty male, this male of Ethiopia, who came down, 2, from Meroe to Egypt, he finds my son Horus betaking himself as fast as his feet move, and he injured him, 3, in his head with 3 spells in Ethiopian language, and he finds En, son of En, and carries him as fast as his feet move, 4, and injures his head with 3 spells in Ethiopian language, Gentini, Tentina, 5, KWKWBY, AK, Ki, Aka. 6, say it, to a little oil, add salt and nasturtium seed to it, you anoint the man who has ophthalmia, with it. 7, you also write this on a new papyrus. You make it into a written amulet on his body. Thou art this eye of heaven, in the writings, followed by an eye with rays, as drawn in the papyrus. Verso Col 21. 1-3, fragments, 4. Of Ethiopia, nkmu flowers, 5, pound, make. Of the river, 6. Paint your eye with it. Verso Col 22. 1. Tested, 2, behold, the ointment which you put on your eye when you, 3, approach the vessel of inquiry alone, green eye paint, 4, stibium, kazank, amulet of, flowers of black shuro. 5, which are beans, blood of hoopoe, 6, pound, make, into a ball, and paint your eye with it, together with juice, 7, of Egyptian, grapes, and setstone, of Ethiopia, then, 8, you see the shadow of every god and every goddess. 9, it's. I invoke you, plur, ye great gods who shine with the sun, Themaux, 10, amp. Piam, in Pia, Iboth, Eiae, Sabaoth, 11, open. To me, Bis, ye great gods who shine with the sun, let my eyes be open to the, 12, light, and let me see the God who inquires today, hasten, Bis, for the protection. 13, Ablanathanalba, the mighty God, Marera, Atone, Abiath, 14, N. Senon, Psh, Oi, Zatraperkimi, Osiris, 15, Lilam is his name. Open to me, Bis, ye great gods, let my eyes be open to the light, 16, and let me see the God who inquires today. Open to me, Bis. I cast the fury on you, plur. Of the great, Bis, God, 17. Whose might is great, who lives forever, give power to the name. 18. The name of the God. Open to me, Bis, 19, ye great gods, who shine with the sun, let my eyes be opened to the light, and let me, 20, see the God who answers today, hasten, Bis, times. Verso Col 23. Lines 1-9 fragments. 10, dung. Dried and burnt, 2, measures, 11, pound, with oil of, henna and honey, 12, anoint, your phallus, therewith, and lie with her. Verso Col 24. 1. 2, on it, and you. 3. Of fine linen on it. Him, these 3 names being written on it, 4. With myrrh, you light it and place it, 5. Your head, you recite them to it again 9 times. 6. The lamp, you do it at the time of the 3rd hour, of evening, 7, and you, lie down. Formula, Iobasumptho, 8, chrome. Lu, car let my eyes be opened, 9, in truth concerning any given matter which I am praying for here, 10, today, in truth without telling thee, sick, falsehood. 11, Iobaseumthacromilukar, 12, let my eyes be opened in truth concerning any given thing which I am praying, 13, for here today. Verso Col 25. 1. 2, hawk's dung, salt, aci plant, 3, bell, pound together, anoint, 4, your phallus with it and lie with, 5, the woman. If it is dry, you, 6, pound a little of it with wine, and you, 7, anoint your phallus with it, 8, and you lie with the woman. Excellent, bis. Verso Col 26. 1. If you wish, to make, the gods of the vessel, speak with you. 2. When the gods come in, you say this name to them 9 times. 3. Iaho, If, Eoe, Kintathor, Nefer. 4. Apho. Then he makes command to you as to that which you shall ask him about. If delay, 5, occur, so that answer is not given you, you recite this other name to them 9 times until, 6, they inquire for you truthfully. Gogathix, Mantu. 7, Nobo, Kokir, Hroder, Dondroma. 8, Lefoker, Kephersor. 7 times. 9, Iaho. If. On. Kindathor, Nefer. Apho. Verso Col 27. 1. According to that which is above within, saying, I am this Sittakeo, Sedum is my name. 2. Sedum is my correct name. I am Ganda, Jintu, Jiritu. 3. Hrinut, Aranut, Labtatha, Labtutha. 4. Laxantha, Sarisa, Markarahudu. 5. Arsingakla. Another volume, says, Arsingalabel, Bulbul. 6. Bull, Bis, Lotary, Clagasantra. Iaho. 7. Is my name. Iaho is my correct name. Balcam, the mighty, one of heaven. 8. Ablanathanalba, Griffin of the shrine of the god which stands today. Verso Col 28. 1. You shall cause a star, to go, place, under the earth. 2. When the moon is in the constellation of Scorpio. Verso Col 29. 1. Spell to, make mad any man or any woman. 2. You take the hair of the man whom you wish, together with the hair. 3. Of a dead, murdered, man. And you tie them to each other. 4. And tie them to the body of a hawk, and you release it. 5. Alive. If you wish to do it for some days. 6. You put the hawk in a place and you feed it in your house. Verso Col 30. 1. If you dung of a smoun goose. 2. Then her body falls. 3. Another, you anoint your phallus with dung of. 4. A kell, and you lie with the woman, then she feels thy love, i.e. for thee. 5. You pound dung of with honey. 6. And you anoint your phallus with it as above again. 7. Another, dung of hyena, with ointment of. 8. Roses as above again. 9. Another, you fumigate a woman with ichneumons dung. 10. When the menstruation is on her. Then she is cured. 11. Ass's dung also this method, of treatment. Verso Col 31. 1. Sissihout. 2. Otherwise Armiouth. 3. The god who liveth, the lamp which is. 4. Lighted, come within. 5. Before me, and give me answer. 6. Concerning that which I ask about here. 7. Today. Verso Col 32. 1. To make rave for a man. 2. You take a live shrew mouse. 3. And take out its gall and put it in one place. 4. And take its heart and put it in another place. You. 5. Take its whole body, you pound it very much. 6. When it is dry, you take a little of the pounded stuff with a. 7. Little blood of your second finger, that, of the heart. 8. Of your left hand, and put it in a cup of wine. 9. And you make the woman drink it, then she has a passion for you. 10. You put its gall into a cup of wine, then she dies. 11. Instantly, or put it in meat or some food. 12. You put its heart in a ring of gold and put it. 13. On your hand, then it gives you great praise, love, and respect. Verso Col 33. 1. Horace. He was going up a hill at midday in the verdure season, mounted on a white horse. On a black horse. 2. The papyrus rolls, of, being on, him, those of the grade of 5 in his bosom. He found all the gods seated at the place of judgment. 3. Eating, of the produce, of the Nile, my chief. Said they, Horace, come, art thou eating? Horace, come, wilt thou eat? He said, take yourselves from me, for there is no desire in me for eating. I am ill in my head, I am ill in my body, a fever hath taken hold of me, a south wind hath seized me. 5. Doth Isis cease to make magic? Doth Nephthys cease to give health? Are the 16 Netbo, is the one power, 6, of God, are the 365 gods seated to eat the produce of the fields of the Nile, my chief, until they remove the fever, 7, from the head of the son of Isis, and, from the head of En, born of En. The fevers by night, the fevers by day, the headache, this burning, 8, this heat of the fevers of his feet, remove from the head of En, born of En. Say it, over genuine oil, 9, 7 times, and anoint his hand, his body, his feet, and pronounce the words to him. Correspondence of Columns. Old No. New No. Recto. London. I equals. I. 2 equals. 2. 3 equals. 3. 4 equals. 4. V equals. V. 6 equals. 6. 7 equals. 7. 8 equals. 8. 9 equals. 9. X equals. X. Leyden. X. I equals. X. 2 to 2I equals. 11. 4V equals. 12. 6 equals. 13. 7 equals. 14. 8 equals. 15. 9 equals. 16. X equals. 17. 11 equals. 18. 12 equals. 19. 13 equals. XX. 14 equals. XXI. 15 equals. XXI. 16 equals. XEI. 17 equals. Ziv. 18 equals. XXV. 19 equals. XXVI. XX equals. XXVI. 21 equals. 18EI. 22 equals. Zix. Old No. New No. Verso. Leyden. I equals. I. 2 equals. 2. 3 equals. 3. 4 equals. 4. V equals. V. 6 equals. 6. 7 equals. 7. 8 equals. 8. 9 equals. 9. X equals. X. 11 equals. 11. 12 equals. 12. 11 equals. 13. 14 equals. 14. 15 equals. 15. 16 to 17 equals. 16. 18 equals. 17. 19 equals. 18. XX equals. 19. 21 equals. XX. 23 equals. XXI. 22. 24 equals. XXI. 25. 26 equals. XEI. 27 equals. Ziv. London. I equals. XXV. 2 equals. XXVI. 3 equals. XXVI. 4 equals. 18EI. V equals. Zix. 6 equals. Triple X. 7 equals. XXXI. 8 equals. XXXI. 9 equals. 33. It has been found necessary to make some changes in the numbering of the lines in Leyden. IV, 17, and Verso Leyden. 3, 8, 22-26.